London derby team called so Chelsea Ekoche West Ham United ane woto pa Sam Recorano na German Bundesliga opener no ewo Allianz Arena also no Bayern Munich ejon manaso etimi eche Leipzig bomo no so no na eye woto pa no Paris Saint-Germain emeze ekome se na hon komo na esiete ye ba fie ni aba bedin komo de Gaka top 4 enra had to folk on penalties edincho Krobia Kumasi Asante Koroko after 2 matches or more are conceded 3 goals. Abomodian she 1 goal. Send a home common is yet here. Ninja na yeri update Taurona. Erum area man. I'm watching on money hard to focus on about final games. I'm recording na BBN goal stars and so a German so and Tima ye from Pando Heart of Florence Eddie Abueniti wine. Energy Jumadi no Eddie Sin now so my wajin channel in a form of text message 020-754-3637 020-754-3637 Mbwa na bibibia enkoye pa entimi enfama me dini Abu Dhabi Luta kende ebe kwa manone Habib Mohamed o fidema sexy maestro wa and afi Ricardo Vaz na ezefiari fully packed Bernard the executive producer Gebet Yerishene speedy recovery Ayu Kofi Philip amunyina techia MC Malikina Julio Caesar omo ebwana dwumade no ye de eromu kama pa etimi ede amao oba lord asamwaja kama na chi Benedicta Asare ewo MC a ona face no junior amunyina kabo man na team na seta ye de about the programs manager Abeku Kweku Oche etichi ohwe no abwana nema adayera mate na on quick ye kwere ba pre studio be kona ma no nsem no aba be romo ede amao na nema dadi na mo no maka ede a chose Millennium Construction efana danse oni amomo ejama yehwe ne aboa na wo de so na bamo etimi ede amao eno so echi no amuzu p heba mixture amuzu p heba mixture eno yo ba na bema enabia ye dunya ko na kokope bi bona eboa na hyehye na koye da ma wo se no dinini na krakra no na eno na reboa mo anyenyi nche yesi obi sin aya akuno nti ozo obomode na Gentleman Dental Clinic Limited Ghana bibia omo bu edwuma ne omo entimi nisa so ne mboa na ne manko ye from anti Saturday oba ye biemu na 45 minutes odi amano ne nsema odo a enkanso nteda ewremedi ama videos awdo na lo takende ba aba be remedy ama nti na on quick ye koba ya pe na de akibia eto aso etimi da mamo.
In the world of football, extinguished far too soon. In the quiet of the morning, driving down a coastal road in Portugal, fate came like a thief in the night. A car crash that took away not just a player, but a husband, a father, a brother, his younger brother gone with them.
Hearts on hold, 28 summers love untold. From Porter streets to Anfield soul, the midnight shadows stole you whole. You were lightning on the touchline, fire in every stride. A father of 3 with a bride by your side. Just days after I do, the world felt your pride. Then Zamra's darkness took you both in one cruel ride. From Passos de Ferreira to Liverpool nights, you carry dreams and cleats and floodlights. A nation's pride, a husband's vow. We never thought we'd say goodbye. Not here, not now. We lay our hearts at Anfield gates. Flags at half-mast sorrow waits. In fire and flame, echoes remain. Brothers taking love and pain. Oh, Diego, we whisper your name. Night sky remembers your flame. In tender arms, the angels read haste. Brothers taking love and wine. Forever in our tears, forever in our song. We'll carry you with us, even though you're gone. Your Lamborghini glowed like a star. Too fast to catch, too bright to mar. A tire's burst, a moment slip. Took 2 champions on a faithful trip. Yet every goal, every road two hearts align, bound in love, transcend all time. Oh, I know we whisper your name. Night sky remembers your flame. Tender arms, let echoes unknown. You're the soul nights that go. Forever in our tears, forever in our song. We'll carry you with us, even though you're gone. We feel the loss, the silent scream. Dreams cut.
Kwaba be mere ba juma die kese no so still yera so jama ye bo juma hera ya kona amano ne nkomo erom kama pere amount to join our live on Fakye TV anopi wa o share no wa insha on Facebook oba Fakye TV wa follow wa like wa share wa comment mo comment ni here pa ezanze ye ne mo ane di juma no ne ahwena ya kenkere ama weekend matches no send be si akona Chelsea ne Bayern Munich and Real Betis PSG omo etimi atiano na Lutari update aurona e rame bwa manema da ye pere ma ken bibi aboko de
nyame antom abu now swear
mezo mo wedding ze na so da ye
international update
but no pay ma min gina mu na min da Victory Club Warriors pay for men do masi from the club president Leslie Kuku Bartels ze no bia na ne ba na gudie mu nsem na ken udi juma on be recognize so ujuma die na udi na akona no power Jesus na ehye na VC Warriors all back Ghana division 1 na omo zone 1 ni mo ebo ejuma na yenua Habib Mohammed and sporting director de mo from the club president Limpinfo na wo na hu se hu benya se season e ba be sha ase no was a king omo ba no mo be this nice presentation no e de my enti na wo Jesus na bomb ne king na em zo bia je ne share sports team ne de ora de yanya bia ma na ye kofi too sure because ono no ye hwe ma size no na eden kakra bat ya aka de obia de kama pa so ni
beko kruna nkoma pe bia ma no
labi we no nya de ba yo ma me de ni bio
e san ko mo pam
okay o be bro wo colors no kra ne bibia we ne bonne ne
ade ne de ye kama
Baba Lisi Kuku Bates Nyami Sharp.
Division 1 with quality jerseys.
Yeah. And or sporty, zone more sporty.
Okay. Oh yes.
Or sporty Habib Mohammed.
And then one man what baby no.
Oze. Yeah, no make come once.
That's yeah, chile.
Bia baba be now baby akọ de ye kan anka wo betima survive wo kroma.
I don't see you feel.
Adaze we. Na wo limu adaze ame.
O de bia.
O adaze ame.
Fragadam adaze.
E fraka me no nem call back. Me
no man
call
ba.
Now
and now that fie.
That be na so ni say Friday bia me.
That be Friday bia kwa wo sen.
Say me man na fie na no koda bibia enfo bia. But o de ne de.
Me da fie.
That be o ko koda fie be ha dwen. Because Madam Grace, I'm refuse the title. Mo ya catch me. Oh, masi e don. You di part o masi e den. Masi e den ken obi ante. Masi e den.
Se metimi aka.
Oyo post ni na oye den ma me na
yi wasi ni firi a metimi aka.
Da bi.
Se me ka wasi e den. Na se me authorize oye wasi.
Meba ma me hwa ade bi na me hwe na me fa ma ne ade. Me no ya na book in Detroit. Book in Detroit. Hey, that was last Thursday. Me wa na me nya message from Madam Grace. Hey, good morning. I say hope everything is fine. What do you want to follow them? That's why yes.
Wonna ka obi asisi.
What you so for he?
E na da pa ni e.
Dada be. Maza.
Enti wonum ma. Wonum jama ti
Madam dear.
O san ye police ni o. We detective.
Ken.
CID.
Ken.
Into
yes, he engineer pandi.
Na nanka
Madam Grace there o you be am.
Na nti ka mi je adwuma na me ba nam na me gina chia na aye dey.
So de ne be ba.
Sam de be ma.
Mate, why?
So be wura ofie. Sam ba be wura ofie.
Wa super be kakre. Amano ne ede de.
Ka nyame adome mo de.
Amano ne ede.
Emu ode pa. No Donald Trump. FIFA president ekoye presentation man no. The FIFA World Cup title no trophy na nka so de command on say club World Cup dom de command on oval office wo enti no mo de command no dru pa bi na FIFA president ni na mu so
ade
o say Donald Trump ko pulu picture bi 2018 na FIFA president Gianni Infantino ne Vladimir Putin Russian president.
The Russian president na down for pass.
No. Enti hono na nsabia Trump e ka no. Na say FIFA president on feel comfortable.
We dey no.
Yes.
But it is no president also cast World Cup no nya bi obo.
I don't say Trump there. Was footballers ni sika no mo je no. Na no den. Enti ama obekọ ono kwa president. Obekọ gay bi no. Yes, so footballer na dikanda dada. Mekai ye ye days wa tebebu na onabo sanjananja MP na wako parliament aba no ahwe source enyo na antikuro ana oda baba say ekro so so wontua ye ka ono ye MP no yeso ni workers ni ye adwuma ato be fem MP be fro bi kura so wo chia na onya frɛ ya so ma me wote say near the Kenya City, President Tesla Banco Dia.
ABOU ni sports commander. Wala yole buja ni lewo.
Satan na finam de Habibu aba fofo. Na Habibu di
na special dey be seen the crowd wunye hu wa.
Say me see match 2014. Na me ware ye. Ntimi ye holy ache.
Madam ayadi o. Lord Osre, Madam ayadi o, we madam atra.
Na no madam for pa. Me journalism. Me book must be done in Chimney from and Kwasi Frank. Kwatin say nsem na wo ka say me wifi ya ade no. Onima ko be sha wa chimska. Because me and wonim me no. Pa.
Madam ayadi o. Madam de da bia me tu chairman. No kra come na pese me ba fio na me be nya poku am mo wa akoma. Pa because madam akoma na. Watima who do 11 years no Madam Grace we nipa. Tina otimi nya ntobo ase ehwe nse because wo hey na me kra me e be ma me no na to da bitinu me sagumiti lo da wo e fe kwa ba no le why fa kwa ba no ye kwa ba no le why ye ko
Inspector Dumo komo na me di ye no na ye ho aduma weekend di ma me mane na ho
ya kwa ba no lo ye kwa la ye
kwa ba bibi ho
ye kwa ba no
right every sense no Saturday no pa you be breaking it down you touching it down now you are knocking it down you nya tajeje mu yom power ma no nsemo ensem ta wo dewa ye penya taje ni baako na ya tese eso edamamo na mame nshase e won Donald Trump na so ye United States of America o man panyin no e no pem no Oval Office wa as wa bagana ha na nka the presidency the Flagstaff House na uramo Oval Office and FIFA president Gianni Infantino etimi ewramo ho na me patron rom nsem na etimi toka na dedikan US president so for panyin no on the announcement by September 2026 World Cup draw na Petuka on the 5th of December and Petuka on Kennedy Center Washington DC and Petuka na sa news no what announcement by Oval Office na FIFA president Infantino as we ejina in China na draw by the first since a pass yenya FIFA World Cup expansion yade ko 48 teams no na so far about 14 groups now already 13 teams and 13 national teams and now qualifying including the host USA will have Mexico qualify and Canada already almost qualify now FIFA president Reverend Infantino on the opinion Donald Trump team come out and present a World Cup trophy as you adman catch Donald Trump as upetimi asom unkuma una uyo piasa trophy only winners and the team show the last person or left a trophy way Messi ude yentie FIFA president conference the man.
This is for winners only. And since you are a winner, the winner's trophy. It is the trophy that the winner of the FIFA World Cup wins. Only the FIFA president, presidents of countries, and then those who win can touch it, because it's for winners only. And since you are a winner, of course, you can as well touch it. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. It's the winner trophy. The last one who lifted that is Lionel Messi of Argentina. And here it is in the Oval Office in the White House.
Can I keep it?
For you?
That's no. Na me patro run e can sempi di ma Donald Trump and what World Cup trophy no e de say Trump nsam so mu ja no office so na masa when you World Cup a de we wani pe UK na nenso na ensi wo unsa entimi nsom na Trump so je trophy no me patro Trump din sempi tu dwa na Trump nsam what tu dwa no o pulu up abra what de me patro picture bi pa na enu Vladimir Putin about 2018 na Russia man panyin no obekaya 2018 World Cup to Russia na about ni FIFA president Infantino gina ho na on FIFA president anima yes na on look very comfortable na no ma enko emfa man said your pep na me patcho no che and a most a key rose moment ni nyina say Donald Trump so far omuma ni take it down Infantino nankasa man match take it down be the world champion ni nyina say the final game massa take it away and the Odipe Ram the final game of 2026 World Cup no and they be the next world champion in terms of take it at Donald Trump come and be so aye come na no and owura even Donald Trump ekasa was Vladimir Putin Russian president eager as 2026 World Cup no or pepper not what baba be trebi no mom perfect TPC yente Donald Trump on Russia.
You sent a picture from somebody that wants to be there very badly. He's been very respectful of me and of our country, but not so respectful of others. But he'll, I'm going to sign this for him, but I was sent one, and I thought you'd all like to see it. That's a man named Vladimir Putin, who I believe will be coming, depending on what happens. He may be coming, and he may not, depending on what happens. We have a lot of things happening over the next couple of weeks. But I thought it was a nice picture of him. Okay of me, but nice of him. So that was very nice that it was sent to me.
The trumpet, and I'll tell you what, Casano, and no age, United States of America, or more president Casayam. Now, Unya baby, all Casano Crano, when your football ni bianco Bokaka, it's a champ footballers in Sika or Mokaka.
It's going to be a big event at the Kennedy Center. Do you intend to take part in it? Will you have a part to play on December 5th?
I might play. I mean, I see the money that these soccer players, we call it soccer, but I see the money that these soccer players are making. I may try and play. I'm a very good athlete. My son is a very good athlete, and he's a good soccer player. He's on the tall side for soccer. Yeah. He's 6'9". That's pretty tall, but
that's pretty tall.
It's on the tall side.
He's good.
It's on the tall side, but he's good. But no, I may.
And we sent a Zua, Nesemo Quapa, as I would Donald Trump, as well we are not pie, and do set it down on par. Yanis Hausa Cocono, Nasa Opanwa Bejodia, Opanwa Befa, not what down sofa no, or down bed and so, not when you're there, come, not the best I come on Facebook, not videos outdoor, but pictures outdoor, Mammy, and you are friendly champion, and you are game back to Toja, not fighting and football, not a PLG, or Motina Fear Emperor against on GA. Now, no game in Panavia, let's a PLG, a sub-par come on GA, Antman Tikano, and we are pointing fair pay rules, and then Yasa go back, Kokoma, a Toka, Antman Timan, the patron did the PLG. Now, game in Panavia, and the game Sabatuka, a friendly and a friendly champion, about 3 p.m. Olympic Marseille, about Paris FC, Nice, about Oze, and 5 p.m. and Olympic Lyon, Bomet, and we are 705, and a second Betuka, Nami Pauchina, Laurent, and Port Rene, and a game at 1 p.m. Na Urama Love, and Port Lons, and we are 3:15, na Strasbourg, and Port Non, and we are 3:15. Let me pass I come about Toulouse, and about Brestois, na Le Metropole Monaco, game Sweatman to not me Pachanwa, with the 20 just after the game. Urama PSG, trophies last season, ever presented their supporters, no, and out the UEFA Champions League trophy, UEFA Super Cup trophy, Ligue 1 trophy, French Cup champions, the trophy by and out the French Super Cup, the trophy by Tinua, lining up all the trophies at the Chom supporters just after the game. Our Park the Pounds, I'm a Piasu Yakema, and that's all my lifted trophies, and their chair almost supporters. I said last season, Motaya Chai Super Juma Papa, I'm a Paya Kama, and a down on. Now I'm all trust, and no all trust in the banner Cassier, at the boss stadium wall, not banner, no, almost said Europe at our feet. Let's say Europe, our Mona say, if some European champions, and watching, I'm saying. French clubs outdone. That's a French teams and all. Omu and Omu Edi Omani. That's so Paris. I'm a player come a banana. Me patcho ultras and all. That's so at the bomb. Me piasu ya kama. And no at the tower. Ye change. I'm breaking it down. That's so at Dama Motivational. So not Mammy Donnarumma. Donnarumma. Already there two a name. Except Donnarumma. So far, Ope free team no. And I'm a patcho. We're so emotional and no emotional goodbye and was said to PSG supporters brought all 15 Marco Lewis Enrique at Jatuka as or the goalkeeper Frappa a bold decision name on to the goalkeeper Donnarumma Nyatuma na so far supporters on Thomas for a massive supporter on Donnarumma be PM or Moti Amano I'm a back and team Tanachi brought all say goodbye to PSG supporters. I'm a best one come now my fan to an end. I said Lewis Enrique and it told Joe press conference. I said always learn to see the support of the fans. I said a special moment besides a Donnarumma a tough to handle that. Now so I was a recognition now I'm wishing all the best. I'm a best one I come now my fan to an end. I said Manchester United and I said Donnarumma because of the wage demand. So far, Sikana open on Omu Etia, Enyeche, and United Church. Now, Mamma Fama, except Donnarumma agenta, but Enzo Raula, me no Case and Jehuno Manchester Chrono, Nana Oya Day, one Manchester City, Equatin, Commosero finalize it down. I'm a Donnarumma, a Copemo City, I'm a player come now, Lewis Enrique, the press conference, and on the postman, what we must quickly forget the 5 trophies won. Was the 5 trophies PSG last season. Something of the past. Come and our summary referee. Now almost focusing in one. Or person signing 5 and a new one. And was so much the Pierre Kama and we have some Luis Enrique Martinez Lucho and the 2 John Yadimam Renato Sanchez or a PSG player. While touching down with Greece, a brought all Cosani London at the Ama Panathinaikos, now Mediatuka, and Renato Sanchez, and touch it down, and Yatemano, or Cocosine, the best what by fine, and no Adepa, Mammy J. Menem, and no Bundesliga, Etmitoja, no and Urama Bamunchen, or my taking travel, a cha edge, and no denim, and no Bamunchin, RP Leipzig, or Bamu 6-0. And no boy never Michael Olise at Tuatana, na Olise Tuatana, or both 2 goals, and Sir na Bipaya Kama, or Dikasha, and Sir Luis Diaz, as for the debut Bundesliga game, or the ball at Tuatana, Michael Olise the 3rd goal by Hurricane at the 14 minutes, a Patrick Bipaya Kama, na and Luis Diaz, the statistics are me patro, Mammy, and MON-FRI, na Young Chadiaka, not me patron. Statistics are so far saying the city and no in the debut game was 1 goal, 2 assists, 4 key passes out of 5 long balls, not 4 successful, and 6 duels won, and 4 dribbles. Just so run a juma. Now we can Akasa was it's only been a few weeks, and 1 point their friend Luis Diaz, Lucho, Shia, or more and some connection or Massa, and what name was on man couple of assists, 2 assists. And Luis Diaz, I had my hurricane. Now you cannot pop point about so was swan, now I come a papa, yente hurricane.
And throughout my career, I feel like sometimes I'm too good on the ball not to touch it enough. So I try and help the team in that sense. But again, each game will be different. There'll be games where we'll play against low block, and they'll need me as a 9. They'll need me in the box to get on crosses and things like that. Games like this, when there's a bit more man for man, it causes the centre backs a bit of a problem if I'm dropping deep. So I feel comfortable in both. But ultimately, as long as I'm scoring goals in the end, I think the coach will be fine with it.
And do you know how many Bundesliga hat-tricks you now have?
Well, in Germany, they say I've only got 3 official hat-tricks, because you have to score in one.
I know I sent a Zua, the more crop hurricane, no, I was hat-trick and the panel air ball with you on so Patrick and my match ball. You're the born show more to another coffee into the Panapena ball for football. Oh, Fiamma Bank, come on in your hurricane so far out of 64 Bundesliga games are 165 goals, and I watch since I bought Bundesliga games, or joined Bayern Munich, bought 64 games, watch 65 goals. So far since I joined Bayern Munich, goals I watch at Jamomo, our top 5 European leagues, watch more than player, even 6 more than any other player, and at the airport. Now me patcho Leon Goretzka, and after the game, also at down with Philippines, be na Prince and Gramete. Or receive treatment. No mom Jamaica and suddenly Bia, na who from Leon Goretzka, not Mama Vincent Company, as so Kasai after win against Leipzig. Now tell some of Vincent Company, as so attitude jar, Nesano Tempa, in take a crack. Na ya jama na bibia eswat my kama no edepa na me patcho Max Abel and your kubusana about Nicholas Jackson ese Bamunchen so far links to say esomo call for Nico Jackson Chelsea player no was he is not a topic for us na say on come discussion agendas no on come no edepa na mame Bundesliga fixtures no na crofon games are toja Namepa and Leverkusen 11:30 Eric Ten Hag the double decker man or bought the first game and no Hoffenheim 1:30 and a Frankfurt Bob Werder Bremen Heidenheim Bob Wolfsburg Freiburg Bob Augsburg and Junior Berlin as well Bob Stuttgart and St. Pauli Bob Dortmund 4:30 and Ochina Mainz Bob FC Cologne and Mönchengladbach Bob Hamburg and no 3:30 Ochina and no Depa Mame La Liga and no game ni between toga na Roman Sempina Pae na so far no Roman La Liga me patro Mame Serie A na me Serie A Jumane Mama Sana La Liga and the Serie A chase games Petoja Roma Genoa Bob 4:30 or Lecce Sassuolo Bob Napoli and your 4:30 AC Milan Bob Cremonense and you 6:45 na Roma 6:45 on Bologna as well at the Primson na Ochina Cagliari Calcio Omo Fiorentina come Lazio and you 4:30 Atalanta Bo Pisa and you 6:45 Juve Bo Parma na Biaswa come 6:45 China na Luka Modric so far and at the as a best static game at Jama AC Milan against Cremonense game on Papanom Luka Modric best static at Jama AC Milan na Bia come the first Serie A game Betima Pasone the Biaswa 25 and at the Victor Boniface Mame MON-FRI as an entourage consider say we're completing medicals na ensu Roma Milana Senano pay Victor Boniface empasa ya no that medical test ni nyina so munya convinced so injury prone pra etapeno or temperature in tom person 100% sure as a Victor Boniface so far injury branch bia we fully fit and sanoma announce on the signing the loan tell I'm a blast what my camera and no edeba ye church I'm breaking it down not ya touching it down not ya knocking it down church I'm yon po eswa jamamo na AC Milan akache Fulham as a Samuel Chukwueze omo emfa permanent down emfamra on se Fulham at loan with the obligation. As a pet me assign or a loan option with a buy option. A come and I'm to buy the patch or pay no I'm to buy my church room. Now a similar said I be a permanent offer and no at the EPA anti-Diof officially while completing the transfer to Inter Milan from RC loans and an up about 20 million euros and Inter a Jama loans by an anti-Diof a Portuma at the Amomo and no at the EPA na Mame La Liga games Petroga Asu Mfa Emamo Urama and Real Betis and Deportivo Alaves and a boy Banana Betis winning 1-0 at Deportivo Alaves na and the games Petroga na Urama Mallorca Boxel Tafico and no fair 3 p.m. I let come up to 5:30 or Bo Elche 20 for Barcelona and we are 7:30 na Uramo Sasuna up Valencia and we are 3 p.m. and we are China Real Sociedad for Espanyol 5:30 China Villarreal Bo Girona and we are 5:30 China Real Oviedo for Real Madrid China 7:30 and again Petroga na Anthony so far them say Real Betis keeping antecedents pushing as Anthony Perretin now on Portuma a Damon Betis Boboko no you say Anthony there we catch some pushing not till no bar or many green light somra or no Anthony why red so papa at the Portuma Kama at the Amatima Jeffano me patch Real Betis and no Edaba na Mami Gavi Bossa players per life Gavi anything you and no I'm the star boy Lamin Shama or Romo Saloon Okoye ni tikama Okoye ni face no Asukama head of game against Levante na enya Gavi eso Romo Barbering Saloon no so ni tikama head of the game and no made the master Frankie Young and the game way out I'm a Gavi and a very place I'm a Braswat my kama it was a Gavi it will come me passa or more a possible lineup against Levante and a ball and that's a game of it na Uramo Bossa lineup expected lineup no goalkeeper 1 Garcia Epidem no Jules Kunte upper right back Alejandro Balde about left back no Paul Kubasi and Ronald Daroho up 4 and 5 not Yanya Danny Olmo Gavi and Pedri on Fifio no attacking on Rafinha Ferran Torres and Lamine Yamal and your 4-3-3 and Hansi Flick and program no pair camera Eric Garcia report Ameten set the renewal or Perinu Diamond Barcelona until 2030 now on team come out by the end of August not Barca player Eric Garcia or more finalizing renewal no pair camera Jules Kunta aka Eric Garcia no be what my camera and no Edeba Barca are show interest as a River Plate will play be just 18-year-old right winger na your friend me pacho Jean Subiabre na Subiabre and I'm person with the bar na I'm sakwen bomb na River Plate player no Barcelona show interest Barca Madrid akọ Franco Mastantuano and the floor Madrid Coco Fabidinapa Barca omupofu Marc-André Ter Stegen Barca for Bofuno you precise day Barcelona forced that be 20 La Liga captains assigned at Jacoma and painful so omumpene Barca via gamer Petro Miami no 20 La Liga captains Marc-André Ter Stegen akoko sign Barca forced that be so more post so we a captain na eni kwasan ka wo sign na anka 19 captains na wo kwasam na 20 chasa Marc-André Ter Stegen ball na any viral Bekwakobo no Miami you penya pay 5 to 6 million euros no pene so ama bossa omupofu Marc-André Ter Stegen enu reporter metem na Elche person goalkeeper Iñaki Pena elo na team FN Elche omo person na goalkeeper na sign contract renewal akosi 2029 ansa and omo permanent kwa wako akopemo Elche na bossa so far omo serious problem problem with Rooney Bargy. Na me patro de tina kodano. Omuntimi guarantee registration. And na se so sector 4. Any oro Romeo kwa. A bana Rooney Bargy. A betting. So bet mobile. If me patro bigger problem. And say omuntimi colon. Someone register na. And no ed free Barcelona. Empire jump tema. Jean Soma. Inter Milan goalkeeper. And the Sala League or you say team pay. And the page was it a Real Madrid. And on the Jean Soma. When you say Omu page La Liga no. And you have some point there to now Carlo Ancelotti. I had just said next week what the Brazil squad, Petuka, na Brazil squad, no, was it Rodrigo, Jamie Sopa Dropino, or Pedropi Rodrigo, Omar Rodrigo, and McCowan, na Jamie Rodrigo, Pepo against Real Oviedo, Nami Pechina, Wakacha Alonso, as was an Alonso, man more left wing, and man call right wing, or na Alonso, so Jamete, as Obama Rodrigo, Abbas, me patrol left wing, na Oman call right wing. And no at the Eban. Now, Real Madrid said Rodrigo, we a team now penam, 8 million euros. What the bar, Omupamanaco City, says Salvino, and Yaco Tottenham. Man City for Rodrigo and no report I made na Dennis Ceballos report I made office be and na upper if Champions League teams name now also person fighting for the place and Real Madrid no convince Alonso as a balance Romanian footballer on Dennis Ceballos or Betman Paul when in Paul Jumano team na Sharpie Alonso yes a significant delay why intensify the tactical and a positional worker one Shadman Madrid what the compare last year was so percent to control ball a brass circulation Juma a bra play a course in the team dominate to play to Sawa Juma I'm a Piaswaya command and we are there Atletico Madrid Saya Somu try as a Franco Mastantuano and Alvaro Carreras or Mupasa Roman and Alpha boys not taking decision as some Peco Dama Real Madrid a Atletico Madrid a room for Franco Mastantuano and the Pina for Alvaro Carreras and no edge ever not Mamin Faman that's a Chelsea pro game Mamina Juma Pio Homamo and when they harvesting time at my Chelsea Omni West Ham United and no Lentin Stadium Chelsea winning 5-1 Gen Lucas Paqueta at Watedikine at my Chelsea at my West Ham and my second goal Bamomu Disalawi as a Sabana Chelsea Jean Pedro Tamna 1-1 na Pedro Neto by Epina me patron a second at my Chelsea Enzo Fernandez and a third goal Moises Caicedo and a fourth goal and a Chaloba as me patron fifth goal and a back come game highlight and that's why we feel kakran and João Pedro ni goal and our equalizer and man pair 1-1 and that's why ye judge amunya Chelsea highlight na the player come game no fine omo boy and bia eso kama no edge ever ye judge omo take a ball when offside VAR ewu goal say offside Ange no edge dawa ye judge omo breaking it down eso edge amam person feel Chelsea highlight the kakra na bibia so kama no and that's why ye judge Pedro Neto ni goal no and abanon Pedro Neto, Nicono, João Pedro, and the pajama Pedro Neto, and what the left foot now at the pond at Tottenham, and my bear camera Enzo Fernandez, way Aya Uko Roma, Estevao and the assistant man, and Enzo de Bono, as at Tottenham, Mammy Moise Estevao, I could add a year to my papa, na Uroma, way Aya Caicedo, as to Eddie Enini, the Piasso Ayakama. Caicedo na what the fourth goal na para Piasso eso ayekama eno edeba na akachaloba eso edere ebeba na a fifth goal na para Piasso ayekama eno ededawa Chelsea highlight and that's why edema Chaloba atena kasa mam game sebe to dwane na me nya wantuma emfama mo aboma Philly Chelsea goals no Man City 11:30 omni Tottenham and Bournemouth about 2 p.m. on Wolves ababa Brentford and Aston Villa and you 2 p.m. Burnley about Sunderland and you 2 p.m. Arsenal about 4:30 on Leeds United and ababa Ocha Crystal Palace Nottingham Forest 1 p.m. Everton 1 p.m. on Brighton no Fulham Manchester United Ocha 3:30 and Esteban William and a man of the match and when the game boy and run the first start at my Chelsea when your man of the match my player come not me part on the debut start against West Ham the statistics in him and now you 1 assist 1 key pass 1 shot 2 dribbles 5 towards 1 32 passes and a boy in 8 minutes Jean Pedro against West Ham 1 goal 2 assists 2 key passes 3 shots 9 towards 1 and 2 big chances created 100% crosses and Jean Pedro as my no Copama na kwase o shego na again na say na no Patrick Esteban William on say one Baba youngest Chelsea player was 60 goal in a Premier League game 18 years 120 days and a Kodana team in the history of Chelsea youngest player was 60 Premier League no na me patron one man of the match video no and that's all Kasai and Seneniaje we prof no Shadante we appear to me kakani.
Happy to be here. Come on Blues. Thank you. Hi first, thank you for support. I'm very happy to be here. Come on Blues. Thank you. Hi first, thank you.
And no, Esteban William, and I'm telling you, now I'm a video, no, and when I call Pama, so chassis, now I'm going to warm up Panana Copama, as well, Philly something. Now I was so free. Now Esteban William, and all bench, a very place, you know, and to your video, now, bra, a Copama, a free air pitch, and so bra, or more, I just warm up in you. A brother Chelsea warm up now Copama Cajon, and or signal say on feel comfortable. Na eluna Enzo Maresca at the Babe to come ese Copama and Crawford can ese Copama no Chelsea team near Copama na Copama so far onu wa Chelsea team what's that be the last 4-5 days Copama na on feel well nanso no mo nanwa warm up no signal wo na Enzo Maresca say Copama o mo cho say that Copama who goes up na time mo ka say Copama Chelsea best player onu wa Chelsea no last season Copama do be no 100% as Chelsea winning games Enzo Maresca.
Something important or not?
Just checking what is the status of Cole's injury.
Yeah, Cole in the last 4 or 5 days he was not 100%. Today he tried in the warm-up, but he felt something, so we prefer don't take any risk to get worse, and we see now in the next hours if it's something important or not.
Just checking.
And Enzo Maresca, Chelsea boss, no. Now, or Kasafa, a corner friend Esteban William, or Kasafa, no, was a corner also at that 10 time. And you are your Juma edge man of the match, was to see now to Chelsea go on consider, was a corner and a couple flick, and a cocker West Ham, by a Pesce, Gentil Enzo Maresca.
With the performance, the reaction, probably the way we started the game was not the best way. With the Cole injury and then conceded the goal after 5 minutes, but overall the reaction was good. And also the reason why Cole didn't play is because we didn't take any risk. We don't want to get worse, and hopefully it's nothing important.
That's good to hear. But how much does that change your game plan as coach with some?
Mami Moises Caicedo and the game number 100 Edma Chelsea no so Caicedo shall go on the game number 100 Edma Chelsea na the Emmanuel unique and say and Caicedo about Chelsea the debut game for Chelsea against West Ham United Opekaya and Okoma penalty Bayern or a creative penalty and also penalty am I city at Chelsea the same opponent and I know was 100 game editia I was go I'm a player kama into Noah Naniche pa Javi Simons so Chelsea do ya that Chelsea too much was just a follow Chelsea players and we Javi Simons and that's why ya di amam e otuma so na ukopema ensempe and am patro me di amam Now, me patron West Ham United supporters, and no after 55 minutes, no free stadium walk or one casa home. Not Chelsea, not dominate to a London stadium wall, not West Ham United fans. Almost Ayeka. Baby, I didn't do Ajagon, West Ham supporters, a free stadium cup, and Chelsea supporters, and our first stadium yet today. Yabama, yedo, yeah, Chelsea for now, Yabama, yedo, I couldn't pay, Messecotomian, Jamam Sisi in your porter, Usisi in your porter, West Ham for Sisi, and no at the door, yet Amamon, they were 20 Grand Porter, Casa. Was sitting across Chelsea at the toe and pan somewhere. Good Marcia say Elicit Graham Porter, then take 22 grams after the game.
Rips us apart with something really, really top, but I don't think that was. And then you're down 2-1 in the game, and then you're caught between trying to press them and get after them a bit because the crowd demands that, and we're at home, so you need to do that. But at the same time, they've got quality that they can play through you. And then it's a difficult evening. But again, I repeat, the man of the goal.
And no, and summer, Grand Porter the Tuga, na Grand Porter say for Uram Ewo, a West Ham, was some papa, Waba Abaye manager. So far, the home 10 Premier League games, what for fewer points. Out of me patron 30 points, when you're just 9 pay. 10 home Premier League games. I have only 3 times 10, 30. When not just 9 per the American Sanua, Uko Roma, and that team owner, West Ham owner, David Sullivan. Now, what already came to be that is so rare so far. On the wife in a 2-1, now Nanina Crab, Mamma Thomas Tuchel, as we were London Stadium, a quite former team Chelsea, or quite Game Kakra. Now, Roma, West Ham owner, yes, on Chata or Pena, when Northern Forest manager, I friend Nuno Espirito Santo. Or percent or Denipa, the American so much as so many team come out. Now, and no West Ham fan, a coach was a West Ham fan, a Pakuya Sanko invade the pitch. Na me patrolman chairman okra o mutimi e no bamno o mam na anwam enu ye stewards no na uroma mam fama say Newcastle o the complimentary ticket ama o players ni nyina e so mo fama mo namfofo no mo family e se game o ni Liverpool be o man day obia ma bi na Alexander Isak the me so o man bi o man fa bi ama no enu e de eba ye de mam na Bruno Guimaraes and ye busa so panyine so far best midfielders in the world yentino.
It was unbelievable. I play against all them, and the Jude for me was the most difficult to defend, so it's the reason I'm going to put him in the top.
When you come up against a player like Jude Bellingham, what do you do? How do you try to stop him?
You have to be careful. You cannot anticipate too much these players. Like the same example I said about Rodri, he thinks always one step ahead of you. So.
On the two just said Jude Bellingham, the best. One on the midfield with Brescia. Now, so Jude, there, Aquania too much now. Or this is one day, or pay winning Ballon d'Or, or one day, and also, and on a bonus, Nyansa a womb, and no answer. Mammy and Farmers Arsenal, a Perichi Eze, one to me and more game, and one registration as the year before the midday, and some 12 as well airport, and no air floor airbound. Now, the maintenance so far was signed a contract. The medical no really no e me biaso e kama Tottenham e so mu rom se Nico Pass omunsa e betuma aka no na omutena bana bi biaso atuma ye kama eno e de fro eba yeti Manchester United eno mu ye train na winning team. And one away Brandon Boom Moa and Casemiro Moa or the winning team at Manchester United. I promise you training with quarantine. I'm a player come and Mazawi as for the training with their squad. I'm not a part of post to some video now. I'm a Biaso Aye Kama and no at their banner Roman part of Royal Antwerp. I'm going to prefer Sunny Lamans. Jamete as a United I can't crab no more. Now Omunia we have 20 million euros and the goalkeeper Bainde. Ompejano crying, I'm on so free team, no sweat me uncle, and no Edeba Onana, Econ IG paid post to Noma, their maintenance Onana, Oni Pebia Cobetina, or Chadana Onana, no, the Ocon IG post to about 10 Noma, and Bruno Fernandez, any chase walkers, and no more chair, a Manchester under 21, game for quarantine, and no we are Brana under 21, a Pokemon Piasso Ayakama, now and no training. Williams, and the Rasmus Hoyland, and me Pacho United in Quadano, supporters in the outside quarantine. Rasmus Hoyland no more, as essence autographs. Actually, I'm a Pia Sweat my camera, and no Edeba, now Rasmus Hoyland, Napoli, United for Akamajatum, a loan walk of 5 million euros, with option to buy 40 million euros, and no Eddawa, Yadima Galatasaray, and Man City, on my rich agreement on Manuel Akanji, the maintenance Galatasaray, and for the Biaba, or more air Man City, at the response, Beba, let Bia Sweat my camera, and no Edba David Raya, your Bisana about Arsenal, about a Premier League title, Safi, Arsenal, and Pajana, someone to David Raya. Yes, now David Raya, dear, yet the Atwaso at Jamam Lebia, so at me, Ayakama Yenti.
Going to do it? Think we're going to win the league? Well, we know we strengthened our squad, and they're going to be very, very big part, the key roles for the success of this club. So, I do, yeah. Hopes? Yeah.
No, no. Now, a Benason, Yadi Cinema Pacho, Antoine Semenyo. Ese obesre efem panyinfo ese nipana Rachel abuse no obesre se omoma punishment mu odin eno daba 7 no cause for tougher punishment eno da was the efe ni pay no ya na emu ya de ntina de pemgusu ya saade no na eno boy na ye frɛ no me pato Javi Simons na the last game at my Leipzig ana eno owram Valencia na bo at my Leipzig eno edete ye wie ne champ tournament quarter finals Enra Ebaso, Nara Kenya, and Madagascar, Ebo 1-1, Eman Etwaso, Eko Edma Omo, Tanzania Tama Morocco, Ekram 1-0, and then Uganda Senegal, and Sudan, Kwesiapia, Ebo Algeria, and no Edia Dawa, Yadema Yinaso, now somehow to Bobo, and next Saturday, and Opay Awamanon Semono, Yamfa Entwa Emam, and about 12 Luna, Saudi, Omo Super Cup fan and Betuga, Ronaldo Mo. Ene Al Ali ena ebesha kwaku maynyam na tia kanya na fatwa so e mankrofo
Zerkwe from Luther King we jana na so almost 45 minutes abomode abo adwumabwa ma ne makoye kama pa etimi ede emawa yede nsem no ewira mo etimi era ma aseda no nko emfa ma omo a omo kra sin de bia sere meka no but anyway na on the Facebook can messages in kakra bono hene Cisco de ambo good morning champion Abu. I'm enjoying the show live at Ko Asakra Kasim SHS Man United must bring Lamise from a round trip to keep our goalposts in order to strengthen our team. Greetings to St. Paul SHS tutors Jody Round Desmond Boache. Good morning. Abu. United is winning the week 2-0 against Fulham and Nanaya. Good morning, Fakye. I'm watching live from Yeji. More fire. Saviola Nana Edusi Poku AJ. Good morning, Fakye Sport. Enwa Dana. Chelsea is the best team in the world. Quick remind, Fakye Sport, more fire. Upon something, good morning, Mr. Abu Dhabi. Liverpool all the way, Liverpool transfer news, please. The runner winner, Marco Usu Sanaida. Good morning, Abu. I'm Sanaida, watch you live from Akuja, number 2. But run all the way. Greetings to Hernandez Burger, Iceman, Shamak, Sister Fia, Scholar, TZ, Medical, Paris, Jennifer Pukia. Nana Kwesi, good morning, Fakye Sport. I'll see syrup here. Watch you live from Koforidua. Keep the fire burning. Tell Luther King to stop trying to open your keys on the show. Waiting man no do. Prophet Luther King, please, I need direction. Why? And I'm ranking. Good morning to you all. Yes, a wonderful weekend edition of the Fakye Sports Show is still on. Keep up the fire blazing. From Ayola, inside the center of Ghana, Kintampo. Nana Kwesi, why should you keep signing players while you can't register them? Abonkle Basa, Halamado Forever, and Afi Ma Leo. Nadia Rosie, good morning, Fakye Sport. You guys, too much. Watch you live from Kaswa, Jehovah, Nodebe, Namaya Ak Roya. Good morning to you, Abu. Chelsea. Congratulations to the guys for the massive win yesterday. But Abu, Madame Grace should arrest you. How can you use someone's wife as your star? Hey, Chama. Good morning, Abu. Is Isaac from Rekum. Thank God Chelsea made my day. Maestro Said, United all the way. Kuma Bachman, Isaaku. Good morning, I'm Kuma Bachman. Watch you live from Tamale. Evans Ado. Arsenal update. A. Rahman. C. Ronald. Good morning, Mr. Abu. I'm watching you live from Asante Mampo. Inside in Suta today. The GOAT will win Super Cup. Ala Madrid keep the fire burning. Priscilla Osei Good morning, I'm watching live from Osu. Nana Iawase. Morning, sir. Abu. Good. Chelsea. Congratulations to you guys. Chelsea is the best team in the world. This year is our year of victory. Chelsea, you know, the five emojis in Ramo. Good start, Robert. I always want to say this. I really love you so much, Luther King. Sunya would like to link up with you one day. Akunyane dozo beba ababi shar boatin of Isaac. I'm watching live from Asante Mampon. I see you, Bernard. Good morning, Abu. More update on Chelsea for Adakwa. Abu watching the show live from Germany. Daniel Apia. Good morning, bro. I'm watching live from Chufupra. So Biaga. Good morning, guys. Kevin Osiasibe really calls us again. Watching live from Akima Safo. Prince Nyamwa. He on it. Emmanuel Emmanuel Gigantic inning, okay, and Gigantic. Watch you live from Takwa. Any update from Real Madrid? Azuma, Nidian also good, and Cia Frempong. Also update on Liverpool. Nana Ba Kweku Doke. Keep the fire burning and Paya. Also please, oh Mate. Yaben with my Mubarak Wakasu. Fat chest for no size. Edu Wadi Collins. Fire emoji not be Ray Junior. Good morning, Abu. Keep up the good work. Grand Porter spoiled my night. Kwabna Santi, good morning, Abu. And I feel Ranford Oman. Nadia, good morning, on the buyer. And I'm Mauze, vital for your Benny, I hear the amount. And my team Jack, good morning. Fat chest ball, keep the fire burn. On the other number, my cousin on your WhatsApp line 0207543637. Yerena, Yena, okay, Kebab, your phone number. Nadia, the room, the amount, your basis here.
Not just sports, this is sports. Sports. This is sports. Sports. This.
Alright, Mama Kwaba be made a badge, my dear Kessian. So, still here are Sutimo Fakye Sports Weekend Edition. On your Facebook, or Mauze Dodona de on your WhatsApp line 0207543637. Yabana be Dean Komo, a different Pon Alexander. Good morning, Mosca from Asokori, Senior Buka. Good morning, Abu Watch You Live from Manson Ayem. World champions are on fire. Yeremire, Richard, Atieku. Good morning, Fakye TV. Good work, keep it up. More update on Madrid and Chelsea. And Mahuse, the name of Miami, Abu Bakar, Idris Lewandowski. Good morning, champion Abu. I'm enjoying the Fakye Sport live and clear from New Jersey, USA. Please, any update about Solomon Agbesi to Hartlepool? Congratulations to Chelsea for destroying West Ham United. The other Eber and Oliku Obed, Sabato GHI. Good morning, Fakye Sports team. I'm watching live from Sunyani Magazine. Angola Town. More updates on Madrid, Chelsea transfer. More fire. Lord Boy, work on fire. Adubwadi Collins, good morning, Fakye Sport. Or here from Illy. Everlasting Anointing, watch you live from Cape Coast. Keep it up. No, yeah, the other way. Nana Chrissy Fab, good morning, Fakye Sport. You people are doing a great job. Please update me on Man United News. I'm Nana Akwesi Possible from Sihi Asafo. Douglas Boache, Fakye Sport, 5 emojis in the bay. Barcelona for Lebente. Neil, watch you live from Tautin, UK. How on the fee eba baby ramu ewo hanoma ebo hamani amadeda di pass. Special as always.
Okunya be adum alhamdulillah. Wade o so ho ye.
O men so me wa dem pa. Bibia ko kama pa.
Asida na media. Ya ba itime ka say dey na say ya.
Ati ena ye damase so ni achede a Victory Club Warriors. Ma recognize ya modiaba. But mujisi na me say bibi free battle. The quality no was show. Ti ye say na nka ebe wuramu o ayi oni ape omo pempam ne bi na nka ya hweso ayi bi ama too sure but the koy no mo design on ye na de kakra. Se jisi be be ya na
extra large ni o.
Anti no. Na we want to then extra large.
Extra
6SL.
Out there.
6SL.
I know my shoes.
6SL. Also the same as the mini pan.
Oh, that be 6SL.
Come on, you grab me the same car. Every year you can because you know who man.
See what you dear me.
Abazo mi akọ e.
Why can we baby account?
Wa ko wa tima nyeju asana because of be wa san ye yi pa. Akọ aduane nkwa na wa kodi. Mas to wa san wa gumani ma se. Aduane nkwa na wa kodi.
We say NHS say man ko e bibi sa.
Okay. Now what koma de madam sa akoba ya still the otia na otia. Me eda me ware pa me tuku akobi bia me ba me hia me ye no. I feel o to be kia la feel re when.
So they are we square my near back.
Congrats, you say go. Say go. Akwa peto echi sucha.
Am ka se use me ja.
Oh kaka.
Oh funny. Oni kasa.
E fa me ho ana.
Ba cho dem.
Okay. The special one.
Kwaku abedi scarf.
The special one.
Just na show no. Say the aya Kwaku virus e kan say player version. We any player version players ni be using the show no. We supporters version.
We are supporters there. E na no quality no was that the players in message here vi. I say air condition
supporters na show no.
Ko we no so ma. My so mu he na wanya bi.
Lord so here be gidi party dia na say me wi am robe there.
Lord so la. Jesi una. Okay, Jesi una say Jesi una fa Jesi bre no bi sa Lord say the size say. Na Lord ko kan ese. Una so be no GSM be o share la dare je bi.
Me no say me ko say.
Saja. Yemra mu kakre.
Okay, be rum na ye dey about root and ponsa wo sunya root so ho ya no pay next time in the birthday ti. My own so what to message about root.
Na ya the birthday.
Na ya the birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday confirm.
Yes. Na me nya na come so ade nyina mfama. No no dey over time be out fidi na chief hwe. So a very busy journalist, coach, media officer, and who near my doors,
Maze, physiotherapy.
She's a workaholic human being. So I happy birthday.
Happy roll.
Yes, happy birthday. Nyamishra. On your commerce, from I saw this tweet from Eberechi Eze. I resurfaced on the internet, and it says something I want to use to motivate ourselves this morning here. We could speak positive towards your life. I know it didn't change the macron sometimes, most at times, and manifest it into our lives. I can't and some papa famao carry a teacher some from one. Say I said it said I don't know only virus ne luta edin komo. Kwaku did a very good job. Oh, Arsenal Jumano project Mikel Arteta year ni bibia eberichi eze. This is a boy who free Arsenal for no on youth side. Now in 2015, now we data at that screen is now 17th April, and we post to we in 2015, 10 years ago. So I swear, I might make it, and when I do, they are gonna show this tweet. That was the time now Diego, and that's one he said that no, but he had that self-belief in himself. Say, Uncle we fan Tony Kra and then Abraham say, oh no, he is going to make it. Now say, oh make it. Na odiya tweet we ombe show di akere mu okuka sampagu abrabo no so de obeka ne nne ochina bi ebama who reversed that amenshia Shebdela Oliver Kahn why na menkoma nim ti speak positive efo abrabo ho, and I know that one day we will be here. We will talk about it. And some now some years ni ehun ni say ontimi nya adwuma yija ne kwan ma ne kwan. He's back, and I believe that this time around he's going to do something better for club. A friend say Arsenal. Openi, I mean, Shaman common asina yenkoye. Remember, we watch games and our Premier League one game and a commency. Chelsea ewa way to club. A friend say West Ham United. Echo share or West Ham buy one get 5 free. Echo share first go through Lucas Paqueta. And as a matter of fact, an incredible goal. Say Otana TV game Nibia. You give the flowers to our auntie friend, Lucas Paqueta. No Bonabasu said the technique and the eye for go vision na unya at that position. No, who said goalkeeper off his line on go for that bullet a bit when your results. So sometimes, as some see unless you are somebody who want to do positive criticism or your critique, you look beyond positive to draw out the negatives to speak about. And yes, and everybody will be talking positive about Chelsea. But those of us who watch the game from minute 1 till the 90th minute, I think that, say, we a Chelsea supporter and now we a student of the game, you might go back and believe it. Obi can say Chelsea a good goalkeeper away from competing. You might go back and revisit Sir Adiano. Look, I have 5-1. And it is addressing negative about game we are. Obi or teacher might say ni person see there up a negative too much. But on the day where Chelsea played against opponent who consider such a goal, unti member back emenya results Chelsea match and get a defeat. On the day overbo against a stiffer opposition or show back defensively to say Arsenal defensively or yeah very solid. Difficult to breaking a line at the ball at Tenemuno. I didn't see Andra and Chelsea lose so much. The best ABN commitment ever drawn. Goalkeeper, club, say, yeah, when you say the team are the champions of the world. When you are playing and it get to stages of this nature, you should not be considering goals of this nature. I think that also on one case, go back into the drawing board, look into game. No one saying who said. He's somebody who have come under a lot of scrutiny and criticism. And they are urging him here, or that's Chelsea #1 club World Cup. And he need to reproduce some performances now according to the American. If only he want to maintain his spot as the #1 for Chelsea, if only he want to help Chelsea to compete and compete very well. Robert Sanchez need to improve the game. Credit goes to Lucas Paqueta, but I think that the goalkeeper's position is something that is questionable. He himself need to look up to. I saw at a point in time my camera capture now on one can say how through the scoreboard, the replay, and he got to understand that the position was very poor. In the game, he made an amends. In the second half, there was a ball of that nature. Omuvu a step back was 80 minutes that reflection. And I think that the chances will learn from that mistake now and run. Say, bookmakers now, GDAB say, or no ever a problem to Chelsea almost sasa obenya wa feel obetuma prove say uncle funny now wrong just like he did at the Club World Cup. Aside that, the positives in the game, sometimes something need to happen. Now amobi enso afa ho abagini din normally Andrew line up now a buy no na Estevao William enka starters no ho Kupama pick and knock our warm up no mu then you substituting no Eddie Estevao William abishin the major debut as a starter. We didn't care about Premier League game Eddie Amateur but one starting but the debut game all a full starting. He wrap up with an assist and then MVP. And Anopaluta and the story she worked out today said the youngest Chelsea player to assist in the Premier League, 18 years, 120 days, Estevao William. I didn't know production. He didn't come on. I think that guy in an incredible gamer. Oh, say you're born about football. And until sometimes I me dem ho kan hu bi. Any ya yeti table sinya any ye nuanom central for wokrom edru baby a me what problem e ma ye adwuma ya ye kwaku abrofo no enema bi ye okrom ha bia no aboye bi esen ye but how we criticize ours ye ma ye negatives ne edor so bebre no I think that we have a role to play when it comes to getting our football back into baby a nyina I say obi ani obetima convince me say and Rabo and I and Estevao William and the man of the match. He had a great game. No doubt about that. He played so well. No doubt about that. But me say, Kweku Obi Enua Obetima convince me say, this boy is the man of the match. And a media hype, and then maybe our air course will around him. Let's try to make sure say, Yabamana feeling himself, our Premier League in me, and the MVP the man.
But you know
he's a young boy. Who you look at his age.
I know minimum.
Any impact
sometimes you know, football na ye bono. You adibi wo to say ratings in APJ. Was there no your assist?
Or your assist?
About short on target near the other.
Of course.
And on the day, no, so now there's no discipline.
I agree with you.
Lifting.
João Pedro scored.
Yeah.
Or you 2 assists.
Yeah.
In terms of on also shots, Obubobi. In the same game, there is a midfielder who had about 2 shots. Or say go. And then defensively, goal scoring opportunities, or clear or line. So Moises Caicedo. These are deciding moments in the game. It is also behind 1 assist. There is someone who scored and provided 2 assists. Say the goal and they can. There is a midfielder on your offensive. He's a defensive midfielder who scored at the same time. On the crowd, no say about the game number 100. 2 goal scoring opportunity. Back on line, another one. Yaboa Esen or San Koye. And when you speaks for him, it gives him add up. That's what I'm saying. Say, I am not saying say Estevao William ain't deserve, but I think that there were some players on the field of player. No, we deserve more than. But PR is very important when it comes to everything that we do. If we are so, fairness has never existed. A true baby, you need to look into trend na aircon. You follow the trend na ako. Said he sit here, and I think that Kofona Omuyi MVP. With all due respect to them, Omahu trend and aura na abakadano. Let's do something for him to integrate him properly into the Premier League. Why are there young fan flowers and from near one about so hoping say games are hold aka away anymore. Obetima flourish. No one Chelsea even performances that goes beyond the ordinary and run. It was a good game for Chelsea, considering the first goal, coming back, considering the second and VAR ruling out, and then in a space of 45 minutes, in first half. No, my team has said 3 goals against Club and Friends at West Ham United. Then second half, adding to making it 5. Adia a year positive. I want to say, 5 goals now. We saw it from 5 different scorers, and that is a sign of a good team. Good team, a team. So one player when he done, so say, we never hear Jumane de Amao, and Timmy and click. Another player find a way to get the results. I command say it is only one player who is scoring. They are play and anti-mention and they are the case or how can celebrate team. So when you see a team having multiple scorers, so when you have 5 goals in a game, not 5 different players, and I said, I think that reference Enzo Maresca will be a proud manager. And going forward, we want to build upon Adriana Oye and Endrano in order to get more of this in the subsequent games. Aka Edin and for more Caicedo, Luther every year as American. In his first game, whoever watched him played for Chelsea. It was against the same West Ham United. Not a horrible. The narration, the discussion, the talking point out there, £150 million player on. So sometimes it is good to prove a point from where you got it wrong. In playing his 100 PL games, a drew baby here saw Baba into the party. He came up against the same opposition, same venue, and were producing magnificent performance. So I think that Akwadana Chere 2 years down the line, story no, and yet the same beam. He's learned on the job, he's improved, and every passing day or tries to obey more than the obey. God's timing is always perfect. This is the message for Akwadana friends. Moses Caicedo after say we are Jumane kama India and 100 goals. In those periods, success when you downfalls and in the Abama, a period we am and a conference league about a period we am and a Champions League qualification about a period we am and a club World Cup about, and he is a second deputy captain. Period we am for club by FSH Chelsea. I think that Caicedo also deserves some sort of mention and upper we are. Say so like I was saying, say production ever boam with Chelsea for no infinity a copy or money wakweku. So interesting. Show me rating. 5 players are more Chelsea team from infinity a copy my name Andra, and we coach who we are. It speaks for you. Moses Caicedo 8.1. Fernandes 7.6, Extaval William 8.0, then João Pedro 9.1, and then Pedro Neto 7.5. Omunyi now so green. So we coach now who say we team if you fee ekopim wenim in a single game. Among these performances, I think that it is a performance that the manager will have to build upon, not all the opponent. Yes, you will look at the opposition, but you cannot take any credit away from Klaba. Your friend said Chelsea, but for Graham Potter there, I think that image we are at that screen is here about David Sullivan and then the wife. No time a game in the year 3-1. How are not Omuluki or the presidential box no should tell you one thing. Say, open your friend say Graham Potter, in future no, a bleak. In 2 games, no one conceded 8 goals. Because first match, Sunderland sent 3, and Andra Wababeji 5. So 8 goals in 2 matches already. 0.-7. Yanko Bibia. I feel I bet it's negative now, so about positive. Ochama and also president at the Sorono performance now, Debana. Oh, pay first manager in the books season. We ever consider say bit my palm and a Jumane bed. At the amount opinion, a friend say Graham Potter. We're moving from a Hona, Yedi and Komoka cry away and Nimun. Maybe share and then 1 match depending on the time. Now, a Becca, but I think that Harry Kane, here about somebody. Ken MON-FRI Premier League, we knew that club now all qua a Bayern Munchen. A 1-horse race in the German Bundesliga. Xabi Alonso and a Leverkusen team and a DBB ABOU Mokakra. But in Germany, a woman once in a blue moon, no way Borussia Dortmund be no about yard there by Kudia firm. A while no when ABA, Mönchengladbach, Frankfurt, Leipzig be no able to study Leverkusen ABE. But in time, see, we went to 5 seasons in a row. Dominated by a Munchin team. But at his age, and he said they not own all social league, we least expected saying, Obama that fine performances at the actuals each and every passing day. He's a good player, world-class finisher, and core Bundesliga anymore. For the 3 seasons in a row now, the all 3 age they say he is that player who team will last score and alternate you by a team. First half, and that's the first game of the season. Now TC from in 16 minutes every with hat-trick. I think that is the best welcoming message to opponent BR on any beach in the Bundesliga, telling them say they are back and they are back for good. At the end, almost DNA when he said this time around, last season only say SH coin. The first season, year season, if you're more than or done any abasobodia or GG. Now, I'm saying another potent finisher, and also attacking player, Abba become many more in the shape of Liverpool's Luis Diaz. Watch him yesterday. Also, more than or done scoring 1 goal, providing 2 assists, just like I saw you Chelsea. Then, so many more. 4 players are omojina. All of them, you rate you above 8 in the game. Clearly tells you that Opinion friends have Vincent company in the Bundesliga. Say they actually fear Canada. Say they are miles away from lifting the Bundesliga. Varas said it about 3 weeks or a month ago. Say Bundesliga and in your competition, they should be competing in the Champions League. So what this attacking machinery in your team? Now, Omi are very potent. Show signs of positivity. They did not play against any flick opposition. It was Leipzig. For crying out loud, open opponent for the past 5-6 years. Omo show consistency. Say Omo didn't bought the top 5 teams in the German Bundesliga. Team Modi with that Leipzig team. Now, Ultimate match day 1. We're talking about the club or call even the club World Cup every by any other. Now, Oba had the Modimbo way every room except 5 and I say goals be say in your game. I think that 6 goals I will say your opinion first service in company. We only hope that he will transform the same performances from the Premier and the Bundesliga into Europe. Now, Obawa the modern Barbie. Now moving into the games.
I know Baba no man me Barbie. Why? Now,
Saudi.
Okay,
fine. All right, that's fine. Okay.
And on common a trophy, Ali for Cryaje. You hear me say, Muddao.
One country, Imantoni say, and Satia, we say, I'm a PJ. Nina,
on the consent or reason.
And yet, pay by the consent or reason. Teaching my Henichini was say, I have Fuchini. It be a cheap.
The consent already.
My name reason the consent.
He's a professional footballer. Wabana didn't know pitches so any. No, I come and answer for pitch a Diamanenka. Ronaldo answer Ronaldo, but near your player can see more
pitches no.
And you're professional.
And you're final match in Kwandi Ama Ali for Battle. Also, when I can say for Kobokra, can say for the pitch here. Until I don't know that time one guy was scripted for. Can they say for so much?
Who be a Monamina? I know second go is a Mauni. But on what you the other comes only a few
question and you saw.
Why we have a call there? The boy outside. Tony Nezia man a page for can was a word. I did you in the Moya, Mupesa Moyana word cabin, but Emfa.
A page papa and Cotinani Crum. A page papa and corner person, yes, to trainer. Cotinani Crum. Or the page papa will be over. Our course of Kakubo. The German be no more so ball. Now on fire results, Papambra. That would be the best thing of it.
We are simple. Archer at 12:30.
No problem.
Asian champions.
No problem. This is the current team of Al Nassr. I am better to compete. You were good coach. You were defender that was show last season. Domestic treble with Gidima Barcelona. He was instrumental. Blocks any last minute saves. Yeah. You were Brozovic. Currently, he is our midfielder. If you look at him, Europe make him compete favorably with Team BMO. So one started crana the 20, the 25, 30 minutes the Ubenya no can probably give because of the age, the quality. Anymore Kingsley Coman available. Men fa back on can home because me need. Sadio Mane out. Ronaldo jina anymore. Kwaku.
When I want is João Felix. That's all I do finance.
So I go and measure. And no so you player back team a consistent performance. Bobo ni year ne china be sin chain. But this is the time Ronaldo is or GBB and so Ronaldo GBB na say yes man say we are, that will be the end of discussion for us. Whatever we went there to do ni achieve first was to create the attention, let people know say there is a juicy and a good league elsewhere outside Europe near the that be attractive amount for. But Biagina Biabetimaka said there be Ronaldo Tina Manfo about me know ya again. But since all coin, we've seen play the troop there. Overcast of Musica no Mokogenia Diade, but be and Venezica be an Yedi, and as you can order that. You've been a cup ball, pine and trauma corner, you did good, diamond, at the time corners will be a first waba, where you're comfortable. So we are waiting for a your bonus is to make Jedia, but counting as we speak, your favorite. And I will not sit here and lie. And your favorite. But your boy, I said, yeah, dear. You'll come back on Monday near Dinko once in the city. So, good luck to Ronaldo.
Good luck to Riyad Mahrez.
That is what we need. We are near yet.
So say Riyad Mahrez doing a ginger ahead of AFCON no baba ye ni dwuma ne ade me say we die mu afo ze mo hye nkofo we mu bit match of 6 ali die me jimu di pa no show kisi mi on le Asian Champions League no e na no mo bo ka de si aye hu se mo hu ze anya mo fe ne mo ana sa anya mo fe ne mo nti mo show mo bebre ni enko
Kwaku day in day out I am try as much as I can to not talk about Manchester United. But they find a way to let me talk about them. You see, Omako, a year Royal Antwerp, a Kwakope goalkeeper, a friend, a Sunny Laments. Kogu. If you look at this goalkeeper, he's a young goalkeeper. Last season, Enunyani breakthrough, like having a complete season as a first choice goalkeeper, Edema Royal Antwerp. He's a product from a year club route, but because of Simon Mignolet Bayern. So he decided to go to a Royal Antwerp. No, when you be there, no money may create the man. Last season, if you want to be fair, only the most saves ever a year Belgium league him. So he's not a bad goalkeeper. When you two call up into the Belgium national team, but he has to make the debut, and I say he's just to be capped. That should tell you that he's a good goalkeeper. And no call a year Belgium, they talk about him. So one of the goalkeepers that will make him about you play so right friend here to book or two. Sanamani now, but he is inexperienced goalkeeper. And if you look at the Nyomana Ecoso anyhow or more Belgium, you know, it describing that is where we have problem with me and Manchester United. Say now as well me, I'm sending we be my a WhatsApp line. So for me, a year Bat, a year Thompson or no a football expert. A year Belgium. What didn't come with their far goalkeeper with him. Now, some common old dinner moves at Derby. If you want to replace Unana, it shouldn't be this boy. And not always in a year about we were that pony. So, what means them now, can I say? Lamens has an incredible strong mentality and remains calm in all circumstances. He made the most saves in the year Jupiler Pro League last season and he's comfortable on both feet. To be truly top class, Lamens must improve his accuracy as a few kicking errors have led to goals. This is an inexperienced goalkeeper in Belgium. That year, Henry said probably one of the best goalkeepers. We are say, ABOU, Thibaut Courtois, Yedema Belgium national team, no, but if you listen to him, 23-year-old, now you can say, the errors lead to a more considered goals. And the errors near they a poor kicks and the man opponent near Babesha Manchester United as in the team now see a kind of no. This is the same problem that we are talking about Reverend Andrew Onana. Andrew Onana a errors leading to goals and how each and every single time all my Manchester United in Tina probably ye didn't home come. By a never that poor news watch so also you will be able to trust me so much. So Manchester United will need a new goalkeeper. And in needing a new goalkeeper, you don't go in for inexperienced goalkeeper. That ye GDA said. This is from a year Thompson. He's an expert in a Belgium. And what and who didn't come say these are the errors of a Manchester and a year Sunny Lament. And you don't go and gamble on such a goalkeeper. A one side or prospect or BBR, but he's not shown. Simon Mignolet is not a goalkeeper that oba England, no be a sombro Subiadema Liverpool. He went back. And because Onoba this guy decided to move away from Club Brugge, Onko, Nonkunya be now Royal Antwerp. Onokrana or age, currently as we speak, Simon Mignolet was 37 years. This is a 23-year-old. But for Club Brugge to decide, okay, still, we believe in the old goalkeeper to let this young goalkeeper go, no should tell you something. Or call Royal Antwerp, no, we're really trying to show our prospect. Whatever we believe to be here. But still, he is not ready to play for Manchester United. He needs not less than 2 years at top-level football, playing in the Belgium League, probably getting some minutes under his belt in the Champions League, ABOU Europa League, ABOU Conference League, ABOU Belgium national team. For that time, you can say he's ready to play for Manchester United. Manchester United currently, a young goalkeeper, he will come and need to understudy. They need a goalkeeper that walks into the team and straight away he is their number one. If they really want to stage a competition or they want to let us take them serious in the Premier League, it's something they need to work on. It's the more reason why I have issues with them going for this goalkeeper. When I know perfectly that he's just waiting for a team that will allow him to come in and showcase the talent. No, now currently he wants to prove a point. He wants to show that he's a good goalkeeper, and nobody is even saying he's not a good goalkeeper. Now, Paris Saint-Germain feels they are done with their project. They need a new phase of their project. That is the more reason why they are getting him out because of Sikasem Niadiade. But on any day, a 26-year-old Gigi Donnarumma will be a better and a perfect fit for Manchester United than a branch of Sunny Lament. This, he's seen it all. National team football, top class. Club football, top class. Currently, as we speak, we're defending champions in the Champions League. That should tell you the kind of goalkeeper he is. So if you look at him, he is the perfect fit. And in the Premier League, you need a goalkeeper that or command when it comes to the 6-yard box. And if you look at Donnarumma, one perfect guy that will make me out. So Manchester United shouldn't take a gamble. At this point in time, they don't need that gambling in BM. They need someone that can sit in and give them the kind of result that they need. And Donnarumma is the perfect fit.
So how do you go by the goalkeeper in him say, na kick your generation pa, and he number one. Number two, Onana is also a young goalkeeper.
Onana.
Or experienced by me.
29.
Oh, I say the goalkeeper they 29 as well a young.
But
goalkeeper 29 a young goal. Goalkeepers there. As I be imagine of the weekend in Amman born in 20th season. That will Bundesliga. Goalkeeper they 29 a young goal.
Oh no, 2010.
Or that could do 40. Maybe unless I cannot still.
Goalkeeper there. So goalkeeper, even goalkeeper 30 years square. Maybe books in a young. There's a quarter ones that be a matter for an extended. Wait to mama 7 solid years. I do a goalkeeper zone now. No. Names are also experienced. Is a young goalkeeper. I will maybe books. I don't know how. I won't confide with the Nabana. I be create issues. We are catching on this cabin. They are not going for a young goalkeeper. Remember, steady. Onana ne Tom Heaton.
Goalkeeper we know. Babe understand Onana ne Tom Heaton. A Manchester United will quite
Are they?
As currently as we speak, Manchester United is one of the team or more crisis when we goalkeeping department.
Crisis, babe.
Onana may say 8 errors leading to goals since you're joining Manchester United.
No be mistakes.
Mistakes. Obi mistake, normal mistake. But mistake can be a lead to go. And don't think that none other near Casa Henry and so mistake one of the ridiculous mistakes that we have in football.
No, and no, say do be a more pandit. And more football. I'm not from baby, no, so yeah, I'm not to watch a crama guys. But there's a mistake here. You will really go call Club World Cup. The Okoko Mam almost share Madrid for any mistake. And on Chelsea, Yapana, Bibisa. Onana, baby or Namo Obano. Europa, top teams in Europe, but Onana call best starting because he's a modern goalkeeper or modern type of coach be happen. The apart from errors in the Onana, yeah, more advantages in Osaka. But Onana as a now or Sanko into best starting or quite similar no bebo. And even Barcelona Obeda, I didn't know anything about Juventus or back Obeda Krama, Obeda Sa,
you need goalkeeper, and here you more from the back. Into only problem.
What Onana may checks a few clubs away person. Onana Konya be Nado no Cobeda. Chelsea the Okras or Bob Bedasa Akra, Upra Cras.
When that Chelsea team by Chelsea Becca said Chelsea in Castle League.
A reason
because he's a goalkeeper that the why in the last 2 seasons were prone to letting in goals with the mistakes.
So is he that bad?
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm looking at him from the point that your mistakes might affect him. No. That is where I'm coming from. Means a bad goalkeeper. Before he joined Manchester United, not the Interbo UEFA Champions League final. One of the best goalkeepers in the game. But currently as we speak, so for Onana ba. Then I before Onana no didn't come about. Onana is a goalkeeper that or let in goals. Sometimes to one can mistakes or that is how we are going to describe Onana. They are not be describing or if that is the case. He is going to let in another 4 goals by the mistakes in this season. In the Manchester United in Yasa Anyaman. Because Manchester United team needs time to gel. They need to understand certain things. So what they say. So that is how it's it here. For Manchester United, we won't feel time be a good goalkeeper no. Or more bomb homodine. In two shot, or more replace Bates money at the no. A Van der Sar the bedam. I do my no Van der Sar the bedam. Van der Sar coino in your David year of bedam.
Bates you know there you for.
Say no be no.
Bates you do a very good killer or you never test and quality me boil bed the audio. Go goalkeeper be but as Onana and pay your money. Onana is a good goalkeeper. Onana go that power.
Men cast when go down kwaku.
As any errors 80, what can one same sign?
And no near the
because I mean a coach now one do nana. Then I became Zenon cover gigi Donnarumma. The only thing on the channel any height in the age. Donnarumma no nana pro master, but I'm probably in the season will be the Biame catch was sometimes say Adibu we na Ejelia. Oh, so we will never be born there cry or boss tire. Now that's why people highly respect Cristiano Ronaldo, Leo Messi. Omono ko baby na ade ne kora na omugina ma hu ze kofo no di ne yede e kasa gi na ruma na hu na rema PSG hu
kwaku
abi oni to na aye ne height ni
me one person na gigi de ruma me man 100% trust him but he's an aggregate carrying one brand even unana
and I'll never accept that
me know ya me say won accept it but from where I sit or ye upgrade over unana in Manchester United goal post Donnarumma or you way better than Unana.
Serious in your open anya. A Camilla Academy ya. Oh, Ka United for Gigi Donnarumma no. And me da bones say Atebe and no cry. No, United are struggling. 18 minutes yo, my show. Me my United match Abi. Onana. I yet 10 solid saves for Manchester United. Tis that David here. The year do baby no. Ye team bomb no brona na afi wa brewo se cheap goal solution.
But on consistently 4 times on the trot, back to back to back to back. One best player of Manchester United team. Why is Onana not
a cassage
team in here? But they have an outstanding goalkeeper.
A cassage.
So now Onana last season, not the last season, I've forgotten the exact data, but I think in every 6 or 7 minutes. Not short corner so.
I be bro.
So the start is so ridiculous. Say we go give another pool man.
Every 6 minutes short man.
Not in a same in all season. At least a chabros were 5 to 6 minutes. We are short about.
Sad de na mo kan me ne mo ya perfectly. Enu ni na no. Say goalkeeper so. Now we say na ye she na. Say goalkeeper dey she goalkeepers.
Well, and now talking about mistakes.
Mistakes that leading to
goals. That never leading to
DIABY. Goalkeeper to send them in the year. In the whole tie for Manchester United or in the forces, maybe you make 2 errors need to go.
And you see,
that is how goalkeepers
the difference is a woman. David DJ nye ball playing goalkeeper. DJ very good. Can defeat so this heavy ball. He's a solid goalkeeper on that. DJ a very good goalkeeper. But with the history no na time DJ ba Manchester United. It get to a point now, so goalkeeper refinity. That was second goalkeeper. And yet, I check in, you know, say, equation, no more goalkeeper be all. On the BB say, and oh, we refuse our keeper. They cry every interview or cancer and say, a do baby no. Not Ferguson, no mudim come say, they DJ say, and I prefer that goalkeeper no. I heard of the general goalkeeper the pry. And oh, yes, say, the do no, Yakofo, if you are a Tico Maradaba, Pam no no. Being goalkeeper abo on Kadwaba na was that was all by an enye. Another check it for that time no kono. Defenders are na ejuma Manchester United and Sata United team no. Omo pedigree na fa compare. Me who so Nana made the wrong move. Or joining Manchester United at the time Abib team na egu. And I'm man suffer na be exposed no. But Nana isn't a bad goalkeeper. Me on any day I will choose Onana of Gigi Donnarumma. Okay. Na me nim Donnarumma na.
Me know ya again. I know you old there no. But me can't say the year by England, no, we know how train Spanish goalkeepers. When it comes to area balls, they are not goalkeepers that Omayade because in Spain, sad and in 2 parts with the year. But only at the end, and yes, I know money biao, and yes, our goalkeeping mistakes say, ya ball, opposition near the no, or you want to know what to see a mission. And I be told, I never. So why don't you perfect it?
He's working on it now. Who's
2 years?
Who's that mistake?
2 years.
Hey, you like the team like
what could that be?
Bro, Onana will everything. Onana had his own say abobo no na appear. It is that no azizi. Maybe a man who was so much so. Nephew Nanansa. Onana problem away in the feet, you know.
Obi
over confident. No only problem for no. Ojirudi crash at
that is how I want players to react. So we do that, but sometimes the mistakes no. On partner below. I am not the one test. One test not even register. Maybe probably say we got him 1 year. You are Omegina Vivio. Non check passes never mom. Or ya better than the no than goalkeeping. Unana. Or ya better say impossible to Vivio no or spray passes. Probably never one.
So you see why sometimes there will be a campaign is there. I don't agree on Saturday season and you automatically goalkeeper why he saved and I will keep clean sheet mom. Yeah, my best goalkeeper. Me, I don't believe in that my show. It was always a team now or centre backs in here solid. You bet me Asho. We every Tovadi say. Now for criteria, he's not a good goalkeeper. But Barcelona team now never won that time. They didn't solve ball club cover.
So Barca has me no be argument. Na they are too India. Situations where Barca needed their number one, he gave them. He was one of the goalkeepers in terms of one-on-one.
Yeah, he was very good.
And no, did some of the traits of a goalkeeper near or the poor in man so. But the one of one should not 1v1. He was able to save the team. I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm only in our Baba. Nina Baba Bisiso say, Habib, Oda Poor Mobile so a mouse who work keep clean sheet. About so now see work keep clean sheet. The other name must save in back more than the clean sheet. Means idea now make.
Yeah, I get.
Last year, no Ocelo is doing common. Oberezi that concern was even young goalkeepers no. Fata Uda money paying for no crown. Against harder than one. Omontiasi because send about. Udu be babe that pool. Na man show one corner so. You keep clean sheet. Meanwhile, no one make it save ya. No one say who team no. And also in the air na you in fact credit in my defenders no. Yeah, the man who goalkeeper. Meanwhile, why am out so?
I'm Premier League get a clean sheet defenders.
It is Nottingham Forest goalkeeper and Matt Sells. Last season the clean sheet now keep you and say you should be 60% of the clean sheet near the defenders no. Kofana no mujina Nottingham Forest. Boy on the goalkeeper no so no watch you. Obo obi timi to no so no na chia ba be yi ball na fro. But the we ase no. Only the rare nya most clean sheet they are among the best goalkeepers of the season. He is a good goalkeeper. He had a good season. But in terms of save, yes, or he saves, but in terms of save rate, the goalkeepers are not saves. I was about to keep clean sheet. The near they are man, if we ask no, ku fairness any baby. Tiaja almost.
If we ask na Obia, how the caveat they've taken. Said this is how we are going to award our goalkeepers. You have been a casa for that team of defenders in your move. That is how we are going to keep it. Now, you money now answer to me, I come. But I'm not one. I'm saying to no continue break. Me GDS over to me league, but still, because Napoli for I'm retaining league that. The last time they won against the this Paletti, I'm finishing 10th. But I trust him. Lukaku plan is something that make me not connect. Last season he or Lucy or better players than Tim Antonio Conte. And if you look at him, what consistent. So no put more, yeah, and your man farm from them. You are making reference. A band a friend here, Kodja Samoa was one of the best players under this man. He wasn't a left back. But look at the not near 110. Victor Moses, one of the players that we are sure says so in the Rabbi of the Unibias is he saw Neto Antonio Conte. Because he's made him wrote the name in history book for Chelsea as one of their best players in that winning season. Don't say Zappa Costa will be Bobby. Graziano Pelle near Nimomo, Antonio Conte made them somebody. So with Sano Manimano, now her players are currently available one in someone.
Graziano Pelle.
He needs to be he needs to be winning this league.
That player,
I don't know going
there was one player.
Yes.
I mean, I
told you
maybe I said I have a Kalelu, maybe a Pierre, I can't geography. Graziano Pelle. But you know, guys are quite.
Oh, no, Bobon man. No fun of Bononyadi,
geography, dear, Graziano Pelle, bro.
Well, Pelle look at him and say, I don't see the history, say, no, 13 years, and all, yeah, the band, and confirm.
I don't even wonder what that time now, you know.
Last time I catch you, be FIFA World Cup. Say, or more cotton, no, the bagana. You legend will be the HBN trophy. na nipa ne me na me say World Cup unjibi da so you know omode cover bi a omunye a obi njibi order no omode ashade bi mampanyin ko na etimi so nipa ne me ni ade maybe omode ko England so omo gist says no bi awu na aka say mo bi chat mo em na mo chat ya and and the storage ogina ho kasa twanten sa na ni na ehwe wantima so
unyi bi da we dey
na me uzene na no da nura ya the FIFA president they call US president wa catch and say ono ye mampan to betimi aso ba player bi enu wa onjibi do betimi or US omuni bi or omunjibi da to be enu betimi ba so uzeme kagrazi ano pele di o be ken do ocean but we gazo pe be say no chatting o dey check we
number 9 case
enya aduma me say
5 different scorers 5 different scorers 5.
O confess as we are
not a number 9.
That be account. Maybe I'm weak here. Any example now? I'm weak here.
Okay.
Of 14 year Ghana no more relegation. Of 14 year Ghana no more relegation. I know be weak case. I don't know 14 year. So no fan ko to ko.
Won qualify so be coach ko to ko ne has ntimi enfa.
For Chelsea Jesse number 9 no. Former Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi e be do.
That be omo match Chelsea.
Oh, asam na make e be do.
Oh, this win is a good win for Chelsea.
Yeah, I agree.
97 days. League top of that.
Sometimes you people make something.
And then
dear who is a man show. Me say, or part of cover Cristiano Ronaldo. And I'm messing up for Jason Manano. And Mano, a bedroom goes by from
you. Busa said, Minna say,
I have quality.
We should give time some time.
Let's give time some time.
If you get a quality player, you give him the Jason Manano. Now the Nigina Chelsea anymore.
Esteban will hear time after the mistake that led to Chelsea. He came back to win that, you know. Number 9, Kogu, and you better as I
confirm Messi Cristiano Ronaldo brand. I said, I make catch OT. Maybe Chelsea Jason Amana last time an abu. Oh boy, I grab a ball. I Calibra Rus.
Was he?
Steve C. He's in change.
You're in change because no money attack.
Now he plays.
No money attack.
Hi.
So money attack.
I will lose this Steve C.
To me, you are missing 10, and I'm here number 9.
Apart from Jimmy Floyd, that's about Gianluca Vialli. Gianluca Vialli. Now, you say yes, I'm an uncle, my so. A boy, we are saying, shape player, we have a little goes down. I'm most serious. And I mean, also, apart from,
but if Tammy Abraham did well with the number 9.
Messi.
I mean,
what was the end product?
Opa Kofa Lewandowski Akasi. You give him this chase.
Then time and not Tammy Abraham.
Obesha had to go.
Chase number 9. Tammy Abraham. They didn't number 9 and number 9. But they didn't want to call you. And you were giving them.
Say, Jimmy Floyd as a man. Gianluca Vialli. One chase in number 9 for number. After Omono, but one player or a player who say. Or you player oh ni who probably chase number now
F9.
Why?
F9.
Fernando Torres.
Ah, na Fernando Torres numbers. Ebi a goals na na mo expecting this. Do me matches in there.
Ono ni pano. Ah, na Ronaldo call I na Sunday no to win league I can wasem.
Why?
Ronaldo
but he give you the numbers.
There be numbers, some numbers ni your
one. Fernando Torres ono any day teams are wabo nyina. Mu ni say Chelsea or for but Chelsea na ABB a. Mu ni say the career abes.
Because of trophies already or.
No count.
Because of trophies already or. But in terms of numbers we know say F9 will give a team. He failed.
Madam Akanyi, Opa Mufana Mananima, Ayude Hurricane, and Lewandowski goes to Benjamin Sam. Players, Papa, and I call Wakoma Liam Delab. Liam Delab, me used to ne Papa. Ne Papa, no, or a right back, so none in Sakachen and I. Ne Papa, no, a right back, none in Sa. A catcher and now you go keep out. A right back, but in Sa. Why so? The Sasero, a catcher and I. So you Papa. Or back park in a swat. I started on the
Kenya.
More Kakuaka.
Almost
season, or Omunium coach international my meeting. We play I just 6 feet high and tall. Only reason.
Only players.
Only reason. I even trouble. Dela. Almost shut up pet towel, no much charm on winner. Auto body in a room, no towel down chain. So buy a pair of Nigeria, Olifin.
But that's the way they have to
I tomorrow road meeting. Let them. Or no, never knew. Imagine 9 and 5 or Cooper so very what the 9 young are quite about question about what to so why you disturb.
Number 9 all for this name to go for this number.
I feel about the PR no coach yeah so fast.
Regardless, Mrs. All your least mistakes in the manner. I bet you will be out away.
I said, my friend Nicolas Jackson, I said, yeah, team no one.
I Jackson bet now. Now you can accommodate the lab any pedal in a game. That is where you need Jackson. Yes, man, it's not give it the opportunity. I'm outside 15. Jackson.
I mean, what matches need to be no boss. My show. So who him the lab? On your goalkeeper, but Saka chain. Who the lab? There's only true Quantino. Who you play a cock of James Crabas at time. I know you're body bimbo. The banner your watches is here. He damn confused the man striking almost a hair. Oh, Papa ball or two. I don't be part of ball.
But you have to be able to say the link up play. Andra, it's about William assistant. It was a yeoman job from Leadela.
Or no, the link up play.
The link up play.
The academy no for you. Man City.
Man City.
Say, or born, or the also the ball. To say
traditional number 9.
I just listen.
Hey, my shoe. Listen, I'm a 9 chairs for Pomo family Lewandowski. Why I could cry? Or Baba 30 goals. I'm win the season. Only he can score a team called relegation.
Ramsdale.
Or Bass on the Omori.
Yeah, 2 more of money. Arsenal didn't have relegation. Arsenal relegation in terms of winning the league.
And no, on a bad deal mobile second, and cannot Arsenal be the Champions League movie. My show, don't worry. Independent team, no, independent player now, the man, no, my show. Mother call for Jason number 7, they come out quite the same. Ideas. Any room of you be small train or bush. Now, the other than say, I was number 7, Banamas Munya. We, and then in there.
Do cover that? I didn't say any weekends now. A lot of matches na beat me. I told you, I mean the English Premiership, the Spanish Liga, and even with the Bundesliga. But then Arsenal with Mikel Arteta bebo etia Leeds United in the upcoming weekends. I'm beating me about English Premiership. But then so we'll share one of these clubs are coming from the Championship about into the English Premiership. Then you are talking about newly promoted sides or move into the English Premiership. That's what we meet Arsenal Football Club. Our records and almost starts 18 year Edema Arsenal Football Club. DIABY in the last games, the side of Arsenal Football Club, Betima hosting, the newly promoted side or into the English Premiership. They've been able to have a solid start against most of these clubs, especially with Leeds United. In the last 14 games from ABOU Leeds United, Arsenal has been able to win close to about 12 games, just a draw and just a defeat. And of course, the Arsenal Football Club. May the picture be my production. So, me me so we'll check most of these football clubs, or may use the kind of newly promoted clubs in their home games. It is Arsenal and it me having most of that particular wins or home games. Chelsea 43 games are and then none of these newly promoted sides in it me winning against it in those kind of home games and that unbeaten run shall say in November 2001. Arsenal are coming back with 42 games almost in September 11th. Then you talk about Manchester City or almost on with 41 games since August 2007. And you talk about Manchester United since January 2002 unbeaten runs against newly promoted side of mobile in their home matches. But Arsenal sounds to becoming that kind of history being in February 1995 when they were able to play most of these newly promoted sides of the English Premiership. They were able to make sure so in unbeaten run meeting against these newly promoted sides extended that kind of duration. And Liverpool Football Club was also able to have close to about 30 unbeaten runs in May 2011. So it tells you say currently as you speak, when you are talking about most of these football clubs or maybe Arsenal or that kind of newly promoted side is the English Premiership. Arsenal Football Club is actually doing that kind of wonders at So it tells you say meeting against Leeds United in the last 14 games Arsenal close to about 11 solid wins, just a draw, and making sure so lose close to about 2 games now. It is telling us Arsenal total dominance over Leeds United at this particular moment in time, here can once no. Then you talk about Arsenal for Ankasa starting level bit Mr. against Leeds United. Mikel Arteta actually upon himself said, whatever being the case, or on the first starting level now, whatever being the case, but with Marshall said Arsenal Football Club. So we'll check it with Arsenal closely enough. Lewis Kelly can easily play for the side of Arsenal Football Club in the left fullback position for Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhaes Bebo in the left centre back, then William Saliba Bebo in the right fullback position, sorry, in the right centre back position for Arsenal, and then Jerome Timber Bebo in the right fullback position for Arsenal Football Club. In Finfi Hono will be that kind of person in the focal point as a deep line playmaker. Obeti my name Arsenal Football Club. A Hono Martins will be made the prominent. So we'll check it in the heat map of Martins Zubimendi. If you saw Osia Kindema Arsenal Football Club, that was the first game that he played against Manchester United. He was able to have most of the, heat map in the midfield. So passing any other midfielder, which not pitch, so Edema, even both Arsenal Football Club and even Manchester United. It tells you, say, that defensive tackles, that's, offensive orientation, and that kind of neutralization now Mikel Arteta wants him to do, and wants him to be better, even more than Thomas Partey in that central midfield. No, Martins Zubimendi is doing that kind of job for Arsenal Football Club. Obe partner with Declan Rice as that traditional number 8 Obebo in that particular midfield, and then Martin Odegaard able lead the attacking side, or be making sure say Unya Declan Rice that's all passing most of these offensive balls. Edema Declan Rice, they are two into the attacking front of Arsenal Football Club. The way to me trigger that particular press now will be Martin Odegaard, will be a smooth breaking line passes into the attacking third. So when you have Victor Gyökeres, now when you have Bukayo Saka, maybe when you have Gabriel Martinelli or no ball in the left hand side of Arsenal Football Club, they can easily, score a lot of goals against Leeds United. So we check Leeds United. In their first game, they had a wonderful game in their first game, meeting against Arsenal Football Club. The entire Mikel Arteta also winning against Leeds United, and they say, checking about a number of points also what the free Leeds United when it comes to historic games when you are against Leeds United, Arsenal dominating. And there again, the side of Manchester City every in the first game, Chelsea Football Club ever draw within their first game, most second game winning. So what check Liverpool Super Bowl second game, hoping to win in a continuous winning streak. Arsenal Mikel Arteta will have to win this game against Leeds United because this season, now, Obia Airbo Arsenal for Abasu with the side of Andrea Beta as the sporting director for Arsenal Football Club said with the newly signed Sometimenia Ediama Arsenal Football Club in the shape of Victor Gyökeres, who was that kind of player, no Obodoma Sporting Lisbon, was share a lot of goals. No Omu Hopi said with that requisite of that particular striking role Ediama, Victor Gyökeres now coming to Arsenal, he can easily score a lot of goals for Arsenal to win this particular English Premiership this particular season. I'm hoping say Arsenal able to win on the game against the side of Leeds United over 2.5 and a solid win for Arsenal Football Club. No about Manchester United in the Fulham game so. Ruben Amorim, it is obvious. Says I will check in the number of players that this season Manchester United assigned their manner. Manchester United are making it clear. Ruben Amorim said even with the facts so lose against Arsenal Football Club in the first competitive game on board in the English Premiership, almost second game against Fulham Football Club. Meaning actually say Manchester United by hook or crook in the side of Ruben Amorim. It was a Oshe against the side of Fulham Football Club. DIABY, so we're in the last 98 games, Manchester United ABOU against the Fulham Football Club. Fulham and as Manchester United has been able to win 58 and then 20 draws and then 16 defeats and a outcome for that last 98 games of Manchester United. It's in Enya against Fulham Football Club. It tells you, say, in terms of total dominancy, who will be any nation as a Manchester United, but any other football club. Fulham is not that kind of club. I met my culture say, per the history and per the games against Manchester United, no. And we beat me Abco Editia Manchester United. But then in the last 10 games of Manchester United, Abco Editia Fulham Football Club, no. Manchester was just 8 wins, almost 1 draw, and then 1 draw and 1 defeat. And of course, with them Manchester United, it tells you, say, even with their last 10 games, they are even making sure some more dominating against Fulham Football Club. Manchester United is a must-win against Fulham Football Club because of what they can be able, because of what Ruben Amorim has promised the supporters this season. Say this season, at least in the first top 4 there, there was a Manchester United. It's me coming close within the top 4. Not with me participating in the Champions League next season. In terms of European competition, Manchester United into me competing. But then when it comes to the English Premiership, a Honor there was so much Bobre, and even with the FA Cup and the League Cup, Honor was so much Bobre, no making sure say they can easily compete at the highest level. But be problematic at Manchester United, now we saw Manolo Gatti, the kind of loose balls, and most of the loose possessions are we had Manchester United meeting against Arsenal Football Club. And one midfielder and solid when they met the side of Arsenal Football Club. Casemiro in a way can easily come in and show his experience level, but with the tension of the English Premiership and with the kind of games are Casemiro about Manchester United, clearly it tells you say with the shape Casemiro mount that kind of good quality midfield shaper about Manchester United currently as we speak. So be a case a couple many year fit. That's what makes them feel Manchester United that at least he should even command the first starting lineup even ahead of Manolo Gatti, looking at the kind of games Manolo Gatti about Manchester United, and supposedly the kind of game of one against the side of Arsenal Football Club when to me the best of that particular game and Olusu a lot of balls within the midfield for the side of Manchester United. But I will check the attacking front of Manchester United Brian Mbeumo Nunya. A lot of these attackers of Manchester United anymore it is and then Brian Mbeumo and then Matheus Cunha Muji anymore on the side of Manchester United. It is a must win for Manchester United, and then it will be over 2.5 and a win for Manchester United. Jabi, so going to the Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid Football Club against Real Oviedo. It is quite obvious. So we'll check it the last time a Real Madrid Football Club a meeting against Real Oviedo. It was somehow in 2002. So since 2002 up to 2025, this will be the first official match Real Madrid Football Club will be meeting against Real Oviedo. It tells you say it has been a long while. But in the last games of Real Oviedo team against Real Madrid Football Club, it has not been a match for the side of Real Madrid Football Club. Oma dominated against Real Oviedo in most of the matches. Even in 2002 November, Mombeki, that kind of case, it was a Copa del Rey. And then the side of Real Madrid Football Club, Eshomo by 2 goals to 0. It tells you, say, even in most of these competitions, aside Spanish La Liga, Mauricio Real Oviedo in the last 2002, they've been able to make sure some meeting in any other competitions Real Oviedo in that particular form. But someone checking Real Madrid currently as a speaker. Madrid, Xabi Alonso any tactical identity for Real Madrid Football Club. Sometimes he plays the 4-3-3, sometimes to about the 3 back on board the 4-man midfield, about the 3 attackers away in him. But we've been able to see the side of Real Madrid Football Club, Xabi Alonso, when he played against Osasuna, a particular football club on board the low block, essentially about the mid block. Real Madrid Football Club possessed a lot of the balls, and they were able to channel most of these chances into the attacking third. But because Osasuna, a typical low blocking, Real Madrid Football Club find it difficult to also find the back of that particular net. So I'm quite penalty now. Kylian Mbappe at the 2 netted my Real Madrid Football Club now. A Cameroon would have ended that particular game in a draw game, meeting against Osasuna. Real Oviedo is a typical example of Osasuna. Almost the typical low blocks, also the typical mid block. I can say that low class clubs now was Spanish La Liga. So most big clubs are. The only thing that they can do is to play the low block and sometimes the mid block. Because on both the low block now, they want to get at least a secured 1 point from these big clubs in the Spanish La Liga. And that same game method now, Xabi Alonso used against Osasuna. So Kwako uses that same method against Real Oviedo. It will be a good befitting factor for Real Madrid Football Club. Real Madrid, the low block, but sometimes they will also catch on the counter-breaking system into the attacking side. When they were playing in the Spanish La Liga too, they were able to score close to about 70 goals on Motimi competing as also qualify the Spanish La Liga. Or my attackers number one in last season. So here the combination of goals on Moshe, they score close to about 45 goals for the side of Real Oviedo. It tells you, say, the little chance to be a Real Oviedo into the attacking side of Real Madrid Football Club, they can easily score that number of goals. But notwithstanding, so what checking Real Madrid Football Club, the number of goals and even the number of games from considering last season and Carlo Ancelotti exception of Kylian Mbappe, no more that number of accuracy of goals at Real Madrid Football Club. So we need him at any moment given an opportunity in the attacking side. He can easily be that kind of player with match that goes. Other goalie would be as a typical creativa, who will be giving them the breaking line passes for Real Madrid Football Club into the attacking third. Vinicius Junior in the left flank will try as much as possible to trigger the press for the side of Kylian Mbappe to become a force number 9 in the attacking side for Real Madrid Football Club. Xabi Alonso is a must-win against Real Oviedo, over 2.5, and a win for Real Madrid Football Club. Then you talk about the side of Barcelona and Levante. In the last 14 games, Barca ABOU against Levante in the Valencian Community Biano. In the last 14 games, Barca has been able to win 13 games, and then they've just drawn just 1 game against the Valencian Community clubs. It was a Barca who were total dominance against these Valencian Community clubs. But as I will check Levante, the last time Omu secure a point against FC Barcelona, it was 2019. At that time, no Omu coach, your friend said Lopez Paco was that coach for the side of Levante, and then Ernesto Valverde was the coach for FC Barcelona, and they were able to beat Barcelona by 3-1. And it tells you, say, within that moment of time, Levante intimidate Barcelona, apart from 2019, almost share Barcelona by 3-1. Anytime you are Barca able to make sure, right from that 2019, they've been able to have a consistency performance and a win for the side of FC Barcelona. Hans Flick, I in a clear say in this particular season, although did the La Liga last season, but this season, looking at the matches are almost in their first 5 matches, Barcelona can easily get at least 15 points or 20 points from the first 5 matches. It tells you, say, the side of Hans Flick is preparing FC Barcelona to win most of that particular game, the Spanish Liga, even with the preseason. You see, the other in the preseason, it can easily lead you into your league competition. Even the preseason, Barcelona was able to score a huge number of goals. In the first league they scored that number of goals against that particular football club. And meeting against the side of Levante, I expect Hans Flick to score over 1.5 and a win for FC Barcelona.
But yeah, the Embrafi making kind messages in a kakrana. Yeah, when Embra on Facebook, Mauser Dodona are joining Oka Douglas Boache, Hemzeno Medica Cafe, Emmanuel. Good morning, I believe Liverpool is winning the EPR again this year. Greetings to my wife, Madame Mary Kramo Krumenchi. Honor Trader Henry Jr. I'm watching live inside Trader. Good show is on. Wasiu Adams, I'm watching the show live and clear at Techima. Wasiu Adams, AK Foreign News. Abu Dhabi, this morning, you guys are doing a great job. Physical therapy. Barcelona, Nordi Era, Moheford, Adakwa. I'm watching live from Germany. Emil Smith, 5 emoji, Kennedy Asante. Ozzy Gold Stars all the way, Norde. Omokales, so undefeated KKT amazement. Back to back. We love you guys. Keep it up, Babu. Watch you live from Kuwait. And Ableki Joshua hitting Odiramo. Fred Kojo K Ashes. Chelsea drew against Palace. And excuse was Palace beating Liverpool and City. Chelsea beat West Ham. They lost to a newly promoted side. Sunderland by 3-0. They are giving no note to that. Nyankopon kwa ne no kwafo ene no kre adibia bibi nya wansemaka Zamo Kojo Usu Kojo Diano Politics menkan Akroke Junior Tero watch live from Akroke from Junior Tero Shatta who Ghana Akroke no diramo Game Mugabe watching the show live from Bekum Kutre number 1. Keep it up, keep up the good work from Mugabe. Richie. Please tell Mariska when he starts to lose without Kopama, he should not complain about that. As he is complaining about the center back, he brags too much like Enrique. The Obomodem, Eddie Eruamona Priscilla, or say, good morning, watch you live from Osu. Also, the Anobe Timi Eddie Abba, the Rama Bekinkai, Etimi Eddie Ama, Abdul Jabbar Isaka, enjoying the show from Adobe Ura. Man United win by 3-0 to nil. Poku Samo watching you guys live from Gambia. Banju, Horo Difi, Eba, Babe Ramu, Ewa Anoma. WhatsApp line on good afternoon, good morning for Chessport. Watch you live from Pristia. Amos Afobila. Thanks for the great job here. I say no, they are on so by a good morning, Abu. We are watching the show live inside a young barbering shop. Enchi. Shout outs to the guys Aguero Mose Saint. Ene Omoma Kikai Kano Bomodin Ede Etwa Swebwa Manema Koyi Kama pa. Good morning, Abu. My question is, let your panel give a combined 11 with Arsenal and Chelsea for the season. Between these strikers are Mbela Metui, Eric Bequin, per their numbers of goals each scored in the first season at Koroko. Who is the best finisher? Greetings to my son Prince Nanayao. Dogbete Buachi Yadon from Pablo. Ejoso Besianse. And I love you guys, Rob Biaga. Need you the era. Good morning, Abu. Keep it up. Yeah, that's it. Need you the good morning, Fakye. Abu. Chelsea to the world. Chelsea to the world. Chelsea. Nana Kujo from Kwaswa of Fancourt TV3. And all the fear by. Good morning, my inspirational Abu Dhabi. Is your boy Pato from Takrade, aka Nana Kwame Reaction. I really like the way you and your in-law makes the introduction of the sports. It's even amazing for us, the viewers, to be relaxed, factual to the world. Oh, man, say the jaro. Obe human ayo kekaka so offer chiba be pamecho. Na ma hena de me amano. My yet me man. In fact, I'm not a Madridista, but I'm too sad for Rodrigo. I'm Nana Kofi Kechi inside Nasana, Bono region, Time District. Keep it up, Fakye TV, the Odi Monono. And I wish you good morning, Fakye. I'm Kwame Miracle from Wenchi. I saw Habib at Wenchi Boadine. Tell him he's my idol. Habib, that when I call Wenchi Boadine. Unia, what is your Good morning, Abu. You are one of the best sports in Ghana. Keep it up. Is your guy, Umar. Baba inside of Fenso and on the Eba. Hi boss, how are you doing today? And I should crew be out. I really like Habib's analysis. Salam Madrid. My name is Kessie inside Serie also and on the Eba. Good morning, King. Chelsea is the best team in England. My name is Ben. Ben the other Ben. Good morning, Abu. You are doing a great job. Keep the fire burning. I'm Tonaldo Jr. from Bonti in Kranza North. And on the Fiere Baye, we Chelsea are the records makers from Ama Senegal, Bibiani Attack Room, and Ama Senegal. But I'm delighted. Good morning, Fakye Sport. Man City is more likely for the Premier League this season. Good morning, Abu. My name is Ayaba Michael, watching live at Pegman. Keep the good work up. The other Baye, and always good morning, Abu. My name is Afabo Felix Moaris. Please, I need Luther Kane's number from Patricia Kenberry no remedy amount. Nana Ba Sonny B. Abu. I'm watching live from Pechi number 1. You guys are doing a great job. And I was good morning, Fakye Sport. Chelsea is on fire. Kotoko should look at their because they are not well organized. No tactics in the team. Fakye Sport Papa Seben. Mamponten or the Efi Eba Babi Ramu. Good morning, Fakye Sport. I'm a Kwesi Bimpom Boafo. Watch you live from Asante if you just say Chelsea there or Napo and on the air so yeah now okay kebape near Chelsea na fise no atwa so the amam ye ba sisia.
This is sports. sports. This is sports.
Alright, someone made a badge, Jumadi Kessian, so stop. Yera Sutima, Yerena, Yabu Jumana, Bohman, Yamakuye, Kamakamapa, et me, Ediama, Yaba, na Yababi Din, Como, Eufi, na Boah, Nanema did a so, Eddie amount to Sonoberena, Ottawa Dream Channel, Ebram Nash Channel, at the day pa, et me, Eddie amount, now to Tiano, et me, Akuye, Kamakamapa, Eddie amount, Yano, Yedi, Erama, Eboah, my Bibia, Akuye, Kamakamapa, so no etimi, Edamount, Yerena. Yaba na nsema wodo na etimi atoa so na bibibia so no etimi adeda ye kama so no etimi rama now there any weightlifting odo ani chema African Junior and Youth Championship no Japan na akoso ewa Accra na aboa na bibibia etimi adeda di na munkomo no era na odo ani chema the Honorable Sports Minister Honorable Kofi Adams abomodin etimi akoko ramu dwumadi na se ahwesere niama esi akwa na ntutua no esi etie na esi de esi etie ne de ewura mu no wakasa etimi ere afa ho na utie nkomo ene niama odi ewura mu na the closing remarks odi ewura mu ni the African Junior Youth Weightlifting Championship etimi e course no nkomo si and the Sports Minister Bomode Elijai
Continental Weightlifting Championship, maybe I should say for the first time. Over the past days, Accra has welcomed 15 nations and most importantly, more than 150 athletes and officials who have competed with discipline and ambition. Your presence has strengthened our sporting ecosystem, and your performances have inspired the next generation of lifters across our continent. I wish to record my appreciation to the Weightlifting Federation of Africa for the confidence you reposed in Ghana to stage.
Until I'm command the Honorable Sports Minister Honorable Kofi Adams, Eddie Atuga, the African Junior Youth Weightlifting Championship course successful results. As a Ghana, yam kwadane kujinamono, a bomode HJ medals hold on a bois, my BB Adadi, former president of the Ghana Olympic Committee, paying per friend Ben no mensa, and so Edin Como, Ebo organizers Nabaso, SI Ebo Modern Ebo Ghana, Kofu Kujamu Yujmedemano. And also then
well, thank you very much, Stu. I must say that not only satisfied, but extremely satisfied. If you care to know, most of the young weightlifters you saw had only been doing weightlifting for just about 4 months, and for them to come up with such a display, that is really, especially Amu. I mean, I was amazed. And if you're competing against some of the best countries in Africa, and for you to get gold, that is extremely amazing. And I think that weightlifting has a long way or has a good days ahead, especially being a sport or one of the
President of the Ghana Weightlifting Federation, Honorable Ahmed Shaib. Ebomodian so Edin Como, a boy ranting about Sunian Munyam Shekesia, and in Quadano, Ediabro, my Ghana.
Like you rightly stated, were recruited about 4 months ago. They've shown resilience, they've shown strength, and they've garnered a lot of medals. So you can now see me as a very confident man who didn't promise but has delivered. So I'm quite excited.
What do you say to the corporate institutions that responded to your call?
Obviously, I mean, most importantly, I need to express my gratitude to Smith and then the sports emporium here. I mean, if they hadn't come to our aid, I'm sure that
LTM we command na just honorable MP Edema Wejak Bawi, Honorable Ahmed Shoaib, on one double as the president Edema Weightlifting Federation on Hodo and Ichemo Ghana, Ebuama Bibia Queen Association Football last Friday. The Ghana Football Association president, perfect at years of Kreku, a realm of Kotok or more camp, Ewa Krupon, and your Moko Kokushia, Funyao na Koso. Ninaze, Amaba no mobile the top four no. There was also a corner on your Muku did in Koma, now Biso Mapum Dane, a show moon crying ahead of Africa, a dome in Unizanze Basi Agani and Francano, and a corner Yakwaka Kupija, a two Johnny and Arauza and Paddy every president no. Every president needs you to there. There's a copy minimum of fear upon you made this over 5 and 6, a benzo time. The years of Tana 1 corner, Sha, Bibia de Dema, no call. Sana, every president needs you to there. Possible who's a Fatanopa. Presido, 30 years of Kriku. Or you heavy brutal, heavy rough. The president, no. Now, the guy can't talk for now. As a match in a course where we was even about big gun and no baby, or my show, that be almost show. And I gave my course where you man out to folk, and be any good stars. Give me any 2-2 penalties and good stars for Boma the other because we need a drop penalties. Win or not, any 2 points. Now lose and 1 point. 2 join here. Now I enjoy Kakra. No one said the name is called Masoud Didi Dramani, Abdullah Ghazali, and I said Cool Steven from Pom Manson, so on the other side. And not give no net thing. The very good stars taking lead, 2-0, and I had to folk. And Baba Betty Kana game the travel beyond the 90 minutes. A dear Coco Ramo, a Boahman, Yamako Yepa, a Timmy Eddie Emomo. Now, after the game, non commodity out on our course, only a bizarre Gakachaman, John Ansan, so upon you to the Mudian teams and no cocoa ball penalties. Say no, didn't you, Munemai?
Please, I wanted to apologize to the public for not getting to know much about it. We were expecting our clubs to use their social media handles to have the public the notice about all this. Unfortunately, they did not do that. So we really apologize to them. So you realize that we have some of this particular rule that we added to the top four was a discussion we all had and we agreed. Now, let me give you a background. What helped us from doing this is that the teams are going to Africa. The local league is also about starting. And you and I will attest to the fact that we've been struggling with penalty shootouts in this country. Run it through the national teams and whatever, what you have. And so we decided and agreed on this. But because all the matches have ended with a win, we were not able to have the opportunity. That's how come it was being introduced now. The one who won this penalty shootout have only 1 point to add to what he has. And so they have a document that we agreed and prepared and gave it to the clubs. So all the clubs are aware. Please, I wanted to
LTM, here command a paying perfect John Ansa, a bomb of the editor, and command no doors, but I asked Mammy Table. Now I'm ready to see a baba. Now a bunny see Nam watching for her matches in able to Ghana. And I just say, Bebe, now good stars for your court. To good start 5 points, Eddie can have to folk 4 points. At also, me and sign Lions 3 points. Mammy and Sano, depending on results, about winning, I'll be able to manage tournament. I'm a final give every almost has 14 years old. And I'm a crab where I no better. And the Tiano, so Commodore now with you in our worry.
Or share house, Heart of Lions at the head.
Yeah, I had to radio. Man, I make a wish of football club of your Madame. T. Cotocodie or worry, pal. Or worry attitude. Ti krobi ano no me voices in the Monday me do na ma you na me da baba to abi here akra John Ansan say na nko say common on teams in the penalty ne session on kana at least o me update ayi e wo mo handle how dey among supporters no na among
for the past 2 days say 3 days na me who say programs manager abi any team na ye adwuma ma flies na fefe obo wi a omo share socials no a post to baby and the American say na me admo nwuri nsafo ahema show no so kwaku flick e wo ha Messiah mabodi one sa akode ball Messiah no owo show yi so e wo Fakye TV anwumre with nsafo ahema enye kwaku flick ne di nkan ko post to so wo ba Fakye showbiz ko program na why program
Fakye showbiz Fakye TV dey
correct nti say bibi wo hosa na obi bedi nkan post to I why dey say odi nkan here
all the any do tum
correct gifted icon contestant now no o contestant the friends Adomba Sisi
yeah
ono na so di nkan kwa abonte ka say o share gifted icon and say Fakye TV dey di nkan ya nsom so
o di tum no mo na bo achi
correct enti no o ofa pa John ansa sa wo na wo ye peni a wo daga aka no wo na wa organize o tournament ahye wo mra wo na wo ye the organizer of the competition a wo mra no wo na ehye wo nsa no wo no wa nka mra no asem say you were expecting clubs this and commune use o socials emfa educate public in on emra no na competition e kotoko na house dia competition e hwan dia
gaka dia
hwan na kwaje sponsors
gaka
nti asem na wo kan wo kan kire hwan and 70 people have mo nkan kire mistake na bajitum so communication error from so and answer FI and you na young communicate now this is the explanation but me kan kire say you were expecting clubs to send common use of social media handles and for educating public no the competition belongs to John Ansawone Ogaka you should be doing that first competition na my yam and I fe ye boma baso but emfa we me twitwi me yen kansem eye de my ye ne ye kwaku to the games and kotoko de ye bobo mo de no so kakra e ha like I stated yesterday and I'll repeat I think that the kotoko aye pre-season mu no mo be wi o pre-season no omo say no they will have to redeem themselves na me admo china against South Africa because minim kotoko wunim kotoko obia nim kotoko distraction button na amanfo started o mon se twitwi ho no yempese o mbe miaso has se kotoko se kiri o hene bare ne nkofo no mo ankasa be mia distraction button so and the moment that button is being pressed a disaster because yenim kotoko disaster what distraction button say miaso a etime ko 6 games no mo share match omo sa no mo tie ebetima ko 5 6 no mo win match the best omo de be ma draw yempese ebehu sa de club na kwa Africa we want them to go there and showcase a very good account of Ghanaian football afuwe no yam football na start page generate we kakra yempese clubs no be kwa Africa enko ball mo homoden no mo fa positive vibe emra ha oman no and a starting free kotoko ni bibi ni good stars I want them to have positive finishing. Say at least a bit more some sort of relief, any belief. Now when you look at team in the ball or more our top 4 years, 2 games now, I am yet to be convinced in even 45 minutes of Kotoko football. And Raul they now a bit impressed in the second half of what they show us in the second half. To be very honest with you, ABOU, your impression will not even exceed 50%. We impression that we and drew 50%, so clearly tells us that a below average. Now, no, my student, I buy my catchers and you're no one who was UCC. My social in Yasayana, or Mama pass man, was it 60%? It is no now, they back and they are any episode said, Kotoko, they below F9. A below F9. They've not sold any beautiful football. Okay. Among Chile, Bibia, Obakasa, we are convinced. Aside the results not coming, I agree with Toby because we pre-season, maybe young hang but I look at positive from pre-season. If you are not winning from pre-season, you should be selling good football. Our pre-season, you can say, oh yes, a pre-season results them but ball never fit. But pre-season now you can consistently now you do. We've seen a particular lineup. Actually, say when a lineup, no, and this is our solid lineup. What they about pre-season now we have results. I was my main canvas. Say a mixture of lineup, no, and a year who say, oh, ABI new boys, oh, try new tactics, and then the Emma, and MON-FRI, Yabeka, but where did the war body be? And I would able, and clearly that is the pattern you've been playing every time. My cousin, we actually, and I'll tell you today, I'll repeat it. Kokume say in sports science, Yabaka say administration be taking effect. The first 90 days are positive. Because at the Sawari, a honeymoon period, you worry we are first 1 month in the Niger after honeymoon, reality start to set in. In football, Yabaka say the first 90 days because I said a new person about everybody want to do things to improve. To say I deserve a starting berth team. Most at times, about 80% of every new administration, unless team and coach are one yard, I am positive. After 90 days, no, then we set into the realities. Now your tears is okay. Nipa no comment this starting 11 every year. And then naka message ben abe team they improve no. Assemble na be tactics ben abe switch. And no, and they say atozito no. The yafre our top 4 years each say when we honeymoon period akazito adwuma. The no way na no dey FA Cup, no dey share Kaiser Chiefs na dey kwaku na honeymoon ya wie. You drew the reality. He should prove a point. Nyame admo china. Say ye corner da so ye tinko say ya no konusu a. Nyame admo Monday. And some now obecting from Kotoko supporters and some obecting from the media. No? So why a strong character? The players now are well strong mentally. It will affect them, and in a long run, it will not affect our season now. You better start this one. So I wish them all for how to focus.
Yeah, no quick in on you.
I dear Bakope and our house team. And I saw resilient. Oman started. Whoever is watching us and is closer to OCSB should speak to OCSB. Asibe is a fine footballer, but Andra, you can say be a ball and say, "Oh, they be a ball like we can say Asibe ball and then some from Sobakope." They be a Asibe ball from Sobakope, and from Sobakope cancel out Papa now here, you know. Omone Kotoko stadium, Mona Namu Park. Some will say stadium announcer, announcer say he's the MVP.
And check
your point and the daily see. Asibe ball in mistake back. Andra, go now. I say how to put first goal. Second goal, sorry. It was needless. It was silly. A player of Asibe's level. Baby, I know we safety first. Bobo go through now but master play, overconfidence, over elaborations, make Jimmy Hoodie, many Asibe met me say. Then at the long run, it affects team. No, you don't do that.
Mate.
So person back to normal way. You don't do that. And then the goalkeeper's trainer, Benjamin Asari is Black Stars #1. Asari did very well in the game. 2 goals, won to me blame. But I think that I was saying I'm working on Asari in the penalties. No? Yes. I was saying I try to improve him because maybe what do is in status not do no. He should be at least I was saying who can crack I will put when it comes to penalty shootouts. I'm not saying he's a bad goalkeeper, but maybe say or add up something juicy.
So exactly.
Portugal semi-finals. Yes, I was saying
Portugal
semi-finals. I was saying Asari adding the man kakra Ali Mohammed and I'm friends say
Ali Mohammed.
Kwaku enipa na oto Ali Mohammed man has fuku. Amon peka kranda so. The boy is playing as if he's played the team for 10 years.
On the day me say haya na me catch.
Ali Mohammed have you
He's played the team for 10 years.
Haya na me catch us away or you good materials for your quick.
And to have that confidence to say new boy in the team. No, before even first penalty, he was even motivating the goalkeeper.
Material.
Ali. Top quality. Top quality. Leader. A good addition in the House of Folk team. And almost went to when I had much against Kotoko. I could quite a Mokan Zamosa Croma de Shebedi. Kotoko for Nabu, or Mabu, Marco, legend in Abu, did the man Yamad much not to.
As you were here, and I am queen.
DIABY, and I hear I'm a sign of Catcher say House of Folk, so Mushia Bibini Goose, that's on Mopre, and Bibini Goose, that's team no. Send your team no, from Palma, so it's a shit team no. There's no way say House of Folk, a bit me over Bibini Goose, that's DIABY. There's no way. And one here hearing it clearly. I mean, sometimes you not blame coaches, but they not blame players because of say we take chances. Na say ultimately the goals na you not adding say players ne be accept say no can say or more relaxed. But then purely so we be Benny Gold Stars team now. After so we take that particular goal lead, they were relaxed. And the kind of game that I'm saying, committing match, even more goals, even ahead of the 2 goals, they were relaxed. Because it got a moment in time. Now, House of Folk team, looking so House of Folk game. And you can easily attest the fact that they were so well, they played their hearts out and they were able to beat Accra House of Folk. Let's forget about, the kind of penalties I think say Babini Good Stars had chance upon themselves and they were able to beat Accra House of Folk. Now, Kumasi and Kotoko ebe winning against the side of Accra House of Folk. It's a must win. And now I can say Kotoko pre-season games no mabono. I think say Gaka top 4 the last 2 games against Babini Good Stars and even against Heart of Lions. And ABI a descended the percentage wise of Kumasi and Kotoko pre-season games and even the last 5 games at Kotoko Abo. And besides now I can say Kotoko team no because of new players na Ebano, adaptation becomes somehow a problem for Kumasi and Kotoko. Because we are Kotoko most of these matches Biana can attest the fact say Kotoko bobo na omo lack that kind of telepathy no within their football club no. Omo lack that telepathy no. Even more than the new players no into the football clubs. Old players no more against Golden Cake Mekawa say the kind of chemistry na me here in the early first half na amba. And the Kwako is a Kotoko Tembi and the second half end up coming into the game and will play so well. Won't me fast kind of tactics in the CAF Confederation Cup. That is why I'm saying say it's a must win for Kotoko meeting against Accra House of Folk because of say Kotoko in the preseason cannot go close to about 3 games. Obetimaka say they are winless. Or Muntimi Enshe go and also Muntimi winning against their opponents. They must win against Accra House of Folk because there is a typical clubber. Didi Dramani took over the football club just about 2 months ago. And then he has started to prepare something good for Accra House of Folk. Not with Karim Zitra. We'll be with Kumasi and Kotoko for the last 3 to 4 months. Washishe club ni Yediama Kotoko. So I believe say Kotoko in your total dominance over Accra House of Folk within the recent last 2-3 years. And Oma Buomo to the extent say the last time a Kobo FA Cup finals never heard the legend game even on mobile against Accra House of Folk. Not even say Kotoko air show, but then even the football possession Kotoko legends no Accra House of Folk legend Fanfram. Obi a game ni biano who say ball no na Kotoko a lady at any moment in time. Presidential Cup no should be a case study. Karim Zito should revisit the video and I said the game no against Presidential Cup because I know very well say Didi Dramani will try as much as possible to work on the mistakes House of Folk for players when they were playing against Kotoko Football Club in the Presidential Cup. But this time around, Ali Mahama no be partner Kevin no say be we chire ho no. Ali Mohammed no partner Kevin no say be we chire will be a game changer for the side of Accra House of Folk. Yes, because against the side of Kotoko in the Presidential Cup, one more match maybe. And we saw the kind of silly mistakes behind the defensive structure of House of Folk or more committee under Kwame Puku Beye. And what I'm trying to say is say Didi Dramani ebe go back now so heavy don't say we're correcting the mistakes at House of Folk. It is a must for Karim Zito to also revisit the Presidential Cup number boy, all heard the kind of mistakes and all heard one of the first one or be progressing, especially with the attacking front of Kumasi and Kotoko. Now on share how Morphins Damidozo would also find his way in attacking side for Kumasi and Kotoko. DIABY and yes sir. That's a House of Folk San Social Kotoko in the last 3 games. It will be a total disaster within the football. Expected them on that game. Kotoko win 2-1. 2-1 for Kotoko.
Mate, Ras, great man.
Okwem say Kaba. Gaka Boka. Gaka Boka. But don't say na sinjay. Because I'm coming to say and come say oh Kotoko has given a 6 PM Portugal last one. Nkasa game will probably be a game that our influence will the beje Gaka top 4 so ABI the obe share ABI we no but the same as form because nyampo china 3 PM the baby go start Heart of Lions sa game you run useless. He said then Gaka share ye pass and game yan ke be do no na nka boape so na Kotoko has ba ko na eji wa be show yonko waje draw bi ni ade no na nka game na heated no kwa home say form. Now, o he kotokofo na anije enim anije woman say bi o mo be say has be show mo say the university time ma show mo ana has super so te ne ho e bi eno ne ade mo ani ka ba game ni mo kakra enye sa asinchen and it's something that say amaga ka for ya yi kakra but don answer na say me nka bi say we organize competition ye kra na ye tiatira asante asoko ye organize gala yi ye the rules ni bi aba before say asate ni ama amanfo aya awe nti obi ye support ampu no oba park na so onim de besisi ye bodra o nka say o pese team no na show mo social media so nti en de unu adi kan ye ho adwuma nti me nko na me nko yababu yen kan no kore nkyere dan for me en say dan for agro coach Karim Zito no man na o ye no ene no man na o ye each and every single time we na sometimes o kasa people may think say or personal agenda and answer or personal something against Obi. If you look clearly, because signing some way, yeah. Bako pen at Cecilia Metihay. Make us all better change or more come the way place you. Look at the team no, any or more McCoy, any signings on way. Neoma Johnson upon he's not better than Bassi. They watch their currently. They watch their currently in the 2 games that were Bodema. Kotoko sisi na bidi hunkobo.
Onye better.
On tres or better than Bassi.
Ogabwache.
Yes. On tres or better than him. One beam ne koye. Adriana Getty. Jaibu ni bo bocheno. Intino a perfect replacement. So oba ye hu no obe. But ya hu no ma Shaibu ni ye. Nti my books Shaibu ni better than ono nti ye. One ko bi blame ne koye.
Yeah, just blame.
Blame ne koye me bo. A fake justice blade, Hilary Adabone said to be better than him.
No, I blade there. Blade there is a bibintia.
A fake blade.
Justice blade.
None of them and they better than
blade there bibintia.
Trey now by Francis Aqua when you born a boy and all that. But boy in Kotoko GC, he's not been better than Patrick Gassi. He va bien. Center back will be quiet.
Center pair. Nah, I was a young club one movie. I will play a Mokofa, they are consistent fouls.
That's why I know a left back. Don't left back, no cry. France are quite better than him.
Center back never shows Obiako. Or Obianco. Additional.
So a good one. And you more. Tenamana for no motoy. Mevoa.
The referee Donzu.
That be Donzu number 10. In Besem Donzu number 9. Yes. Okay. But a new one. Eduku and a moon place here.
Yeah.
This is what yes, sir. Who say team now was a turn up so to this is a Kotoko team where they need consistency. Kotoko team no holistically team na bad team. And your bad team, individual players and or more good or more players or make team yabo. And your bad team. But you need to add something to the team. No more money. That is what you need. Some a far goalkeeper na there, Uni Aziz Ungondapa. But see ya no be ya. Onye better than Frederick. See ya no be tina make no based on the omabo na midi hunkobo. Obeka say early days yet. Kokumanya to was
here. Me mess be oni. Uze. Ye di come be criticize your on the main line up no the ball, you know. And na dey no otutu.
Ye kokumite say.
To them odo uni.
Me ya analysis on game no go.
Okay. Ye has give me ade am de be je job. Champions of champions.
So many revenue goes out.
And only dear Kwaku.
Okay.
And no a preseason match, but a preseason match. To them is
na me catch a code Karim do to say.
Hey, still I hope
you preseason na Kotoko ye. But if Kotoko can't add 1 or 2 passes together, getting passes, simple basic football things right and yet preseason. Preseason is not about the results. It's not about Kotoko winning 5 goals to nothing derby. This is where you polish certain things in your team. Until Ebia Kotoko on finishing, they will need to polish it. That is what we want to see. Ebia Kotoko create chances. Kotoko control games in midfield. Defenders know basic errors no more. They are giving what you expect your players to give. Nebia no one back that is where you say yeah pre-season, not a symbolic performance.
But I bet back man notice you team and one me ready. So almost center backs and edge ball, no more the bar, no more ball need the FHE bar, or more midfielders no, or more pass opponent no. It be sign on beje. Meaning that I make what you say. Eastern say ebia all ball pass no my show means that make can manya bia o say wo say all bobo no be man pass so e midfielder kan ka e hold midfielder o be gifi defenders or now the call anim but o mo no ball pass no Eastern zo no be ba nanim no no ojumo o say ball nem na metuti e pe ma pressure ba center back so you o mo jibo a say Zach na be je anu wa ball long say Samba na be je anu wa ball long because o mo bo sha mfini wona play set mo ne run na nye den emma and as a team do a game pa but that means that one thing means more observe side na say almost center backs na France na ebo we ne ball na omo dey ba so omo short passer obo the player needs to man show be run na so be fa ball wa relax gina ho say ball ne meto
ohun awon ne be no go stars dem back say go no ba e
dey omo
ongo dem na ba e so munya sa bi ma wa ensu ball pass na the midfielder whoever has a honor over quickly not even thinking about controlling the ball and turning no side ball back pass nearby so ensu was left with nothing though me blame no for the goals but when you say go ma wa pass me convince none of the players will be able to get the ball 10 no spray pass
me say me ya pa me ko hu video bi o my show me ya say man download that video no ni pa the camera we ni try wo zoom in pa to twa no angle na e wo see nti ansu je ball no nhu amfimfini omo wo nyina the American what omo wo nyina no nhu omo the only mistake ansu here ne say wan hwe na chi no omo aba pass no what sa position no omo di camera atem no mo bi ani na
that is the place
goalkeeper bianu a se say as a goalkeeper or da go keeper bianu o twem back pass o kwakoda
po
na e fa na na ase ama obeba sa angle na no be obeba nti ansu na anya na ba ro check ya man show ansu peja ni ti no ne wo midfielder ba ko te say the virus say kan upia ball ne mana tumrika ma yi o
obesa pass
ball na ma bi okra kwaku tumrika kra anya de
na age no ho a
game no uro nya ntobase na akufia tena ho na hwe center backs no enti the pressure ball mo so enti e ba da bi age so mo no ball long pass
and oboko e ba
wo midfielder so upia ball ade ba ko anu after we me kokko mi no upia ball ma say omo hyehye
almost the players they fear to be bold enough to come out no money pass
about 50-50 boy is so be control ma no gina until you open na e quick no
na that is what they have we dey go start for replacement no me so Omar Sadat Mohammed call nowadays enemu be shemu you've made a good replacement too very ma ba on nation dey hu no obo we mu na edi hu nkomo enye profit buying sake that is what ye edi hu nkomo the player that are available. Instead make say no, say we can Hamzata asem. At this point in time, Kotoko here Hamzata. That defender ten.
What day?
Kotoko team 2 games now here no. Kotoko problem e dey.
No, Hamzata dey Martins is here equal.
Why?
Martins is fair cool.
Still crying still.
No, Bali is also. Competition now.
Nobody should be doing that no man. Kotoko team there now. Do you think they need defenders more than they need midfielders? Say set me say I always say this because minim said in 2018 the last time a ball as a goalkeeper in 2018 it was Easter Gala in Asante Fijase. I was the goalkeeper na set Bobby Maye na Madudankwa no Bobby who set plays better when our defensive midfielder or wrestler ball jibo free attack in some. There was a boy called Dadwa on an airborne number 6 no. And an asset boss number 8 who set Jibo now the passes anyhow for control ball. Nobody in that tournament and I say one group. You bought 7 games as 8 games. I kept clean throughout because of setness our boy.
So team about.
Or you're better with giving passes, not tackling on
go in a double pivot.
Yes.
I team do ne hilarious.
That is what I expect. If you don't see Tinedu as that kind of a player, pass in the almost come back. Almost I come back now. Pass ne buy na no some boy and Sudi na dem man. Ntianzu was left here. A koya. Set no. Say set meaning say you no there. No pass ne some buy. Ne koy na ba ko say. Make for that ball now there.
Eba mutimi le say you na.
Omunko pesa that no. Amanka okoche okobechemu. Yesterday I saw him there.
Fanga manko.
Okobechemu. Mi hu no ho. Nti omunko pesa that na no ball you know. That's that Mohammed now. Almost say or disrespect will be into a man fan. Maybe any good start to free out to Mukopeno. And that's some company for defensive midfielder. When you cry about 2 years.
Yeah, Alasan, yeah.
Kwaku, when you crowd almost 2 years. Omunyas Kotoko actually say when they have that kind of Bugame for the sling India,
I got a small type.
I would have been person come at Chikra, I'm Kofa, Akasimoto.
Also Jackson.
Kwaku, when they have that sort of Methodist in their team, they do well.
Koko, dear, my show. Be here, Midfielder. Yeah, we all team now have any day. At least, Omunya be so height back we wish him a
I need to have a boss at that day.
Because I didn't do a hard drink. As I did the Emma born Abamo, one fine center backs or more, you all know. Ebi says Samba, Nezakaria. One key about me, quite almost fast to locate or more upfront or more strikers. But I know Samba and Pa. I told you, I had to say you so Ubuntu. Some man there, my way, I'm a man of Brew.
Press Abono, and no beer, and that's what my Samba woman for those. Someone only one dance or attack you.
Because no,
say, we are no.
Mamma Bressa,
we are no.
We are said the pressure better center back. And no answer when you're good goalkeeper be exposed. Well, we need to pay the on the brain. Me, I don't common notice, so more for this one. We defenders in a J-ball, most more person will be feared. But a J-ball, I know what you should open in the cheek. What's in one PM and I was open enough for no about it. Or no quite young towards an area.
Goalkeeper,
that's for my team.
Goalkeeper, or Nana or Paul in Jaka. Ghana goalkeepers, one name is Jen Kamada.
I don't know where.
I'm here to good year.
Now, Bobo and I show I know about today. Oh, the swim with your Baba 200.
Oh, now say, me felt doom the real more year more doom in another.
Cassano doors.
Me, Cassano doors, 7 boys with you, Moody. Now, you wouldn't know disappointing to see. I'm a felt doom, the real boys and a young more doom.
Density is a tool to record your DJ set and master it after. Density connects to DJ decks to record a set. Rather than recording audio, it records the data, every cue, loop, and knob twist. When you are done recording, the set opens in the Density door. You'll be asked to locate the tracks on your computer. Once done, you'll see a recreation of your entire set where you can non-destructively master it.
Place and I started by Inya would say, oh, say a bunny see ya. I am not supporters no. It's sort of say, if you know, but say, I check the now. To the discourse. I enjoy game, I enjoy game. I enjoy game is what I hear because I appreciate it. But I enjoy game. It is a supporters. It's me.
In the last game, the side of Arsenal.
Could you say Andra? Kamara and Mabin. Mabin. Say, 5 players. I don't know. Ankaya make us say, or say 1 minute this game and also one. I don't say. Definitely be about 2 players we know could be your film from the any good start the any Lions but who to say more than almost 5 players no you film club.
But they production. So checking most of these the kind of newly promoted clubs in their home games
because you could see say the place and ban supporters let's come down now
and that unbeaten run in November
your ball Kaiser Chiefs back with 40 players now don't ball Kaiser Chiefs yes our players 90% games where you new players
and you talk about Manchester
that goal they say this Becca said Kamara and Kevin with my
in your home match but
play a goalkeeper really heading in same you know
February 1995 when they were
so it's a experience for tournament we be saying
make sure in unbeaten run against
and
Liverpool Football Club was also able to have close to about
place and I will not cry or there will be a place are banners. One way the Nicotum yes, I supporters the Munya with the Maya. Nambia
is actually doing that kind of work. The last 4 seasons in that just making sure so much will so close to about 2 games now. Arsenal, they were total dominance over United at this particular moment. Then you talk about Arsenal.
because omunji ni say enu ayen yakobo draw kwa
ever been the case
ya draw into betimi ni ma
with my shot dem Arsenal football
as of okunye team make chance betimi di na kotoko anim eni yapo na temi
for the side of Arsenal Football Club in the
the
left position for Arsenal. Gabriel Magalhaes in the left centre back. William Saliba in the right full back position. So in the right centre back position for Arsenal. And then Jerome Timber in the right full back position for Arsenal Football Club. Will be that kind of person.
But bien no has betting. I said even say unpo say you push ya. Say be o get em kwa you say wo mo. Eh, maybe be say un be ya boys new team show. Legends show. You see, I see a team my team no has against Manchester United. It's Sunday game no near best be near down.
I mean, hit mark in the midfield. Any other midfielder which not play
it's Sunday game no there. O Pia be stadium no make sure say you be just points na food.
That's I mean,
hey, now for continue. Yet mean so be na here house.
Na measure.
Yet mean so be na here house.
Martin is doing that kind of job for Arsenal Football Club. Obe partner with Declan Rice as that traditional number 8. Martin Odegaard will be leading the attacking side.
Send the video be ma o. Declan Rice. So munya video na. For the Kofono official page. I a video showing how to vote. He voted for.
You bet me at trigger that particular president.
The app voted for.
Breaking line passes into the attacking.
Promo bank. Why do promo bank? So what you be quite over from your voting? Opa ko WhatsApp so ma send it omo famra. No omo for dem ko ba bia na aba na selected the auto ama. So what the oh yeah ade a kire me a. Why do you use obi? I don't go use empty. You use empty two then you selected two. Me na obi check am German. Ah me say
omodi ba mu nche ma
opa mo ma send to WhatsApp so eni omo for dem ko animu kakra. Omo for dem ko animu kakra ma.
United no Arsenal.
But we need draw, we need draw.
The side of Manchester City
omo ya de ya DIABY media woni jabi de sa no man dem fan ko. O de be na egu so aho he. Omo kire kwan be fa so aho. And they voted for
Arsenal declared Teta will have to win this game against Leeds United because this season I see Arsenal as the sporting director.
See ya Lodi.
Yes, for the team. Who was that kind of player? Sporting Lisbon was share a lot of goals. Omo Hopi said with that of that particular striking role.
You voted for time of being
any goals for Arsenal to win this particular English Premiership. This
particular why should I do that? Many of them said any akama resign. Come see from them because my Tom don't open every. The family you go to Konin just all ya dey nyame kan. DIABY that's not what how
Manchester United.
DIABY the all can ya tia se. Example but
example by Yusu brand men for abani mo bia. Why do you want into an obe free
by hook or crook in the
side
of
ebi o wa. We say a official campaign bia club.
DIABY so we last 90 games Manchester United
against the candidate. Montreal, Manchester United club. Is all who's the NPP 4 year campaign. Almost 4 box now. Everybody about now. Why you need now? Normally in a picture.
And you ain't umpa be a picture. No one vote. And I do be a picture to cry about be any many of these
against Manchester United.
All the best.
Manchester United. But then in the last 10 games, Manchester United
no, but Carella,
Manchester was just 8 and then one
I don't know players do boy you MVP golden cakes final game in any interview
because of what they
join how much you sign is underground power? When are you striker? Abedi carry. I'm also joining. I don't know what joining on. I'm here underground signing. I'm signing is new kuku but I'm discourse.
Abedi I don't know.
Abedi will carry.
in terms of European
team,
competition,
I'm
Manchester
quick
United
birthdays
is
we now.
but then when it comes to the English Premier
Shadrach,
and even with the FA Cup and the League Cup, one of us on making sure that they can really compete and compete at the highest level. But they be problematic in Manchester United. Now we saw Manolo Ugarte, the kind of loose balls, most of the loose possessions we had Manchester United meeting against Arsenal Football Club. And one Midfielder solid when they met the side of Arsenal Football Club. Casemiro in the way can easily come in and show his experience level. But with the tension of the English Premiership and with the kind of games that Casemiro about Manchester United, clearly it tells you that with the shape, Casemiro on mount that kind of food quality midfield shape about Manchester United currently as we speak. To be a Casemiro,
Sports. This is sports.
They made a lot of shot on goals on target at Manchester United, but then they were not able to channel most of these shot on target into the goalpost of Arsenal Football Club. Meeting against Fulham, it is a must win for these attackers. Bruno Fernandes and then Brian Mbeumo and then Matheus Cunha Muji anymore on the side of Manchester United. No, it is a must win for Manchester United, and then it will be over 2.5 and a win for Manchester United.